What's up, everybody? Ah, shit. Make sure I don't pull the cord out. Finally got an intro I didn't fuck up. That's nice. Nice. I'm doing a good job, boys. And make sure the cord doesn't get pulled out, because that's the next mistake that happens. I nailed the intro. Two screwed up intros in a row. This one I got it. What's up, everybody? Oh, man. So it's been a few days. I was on, Monday? And we covered the Rampage Jackson, his son, Raja Jackson, and his unbelievable crash out. And the more I look into it, the more that keeps coming out as people talk about what happened, people that were close to the situation, like the guy who actually saved Psycho Stu's life by running out there. It just gets worse and worse. It looks worse and worse every time.
Seymour
Nice
Cox
name.
super chatted $2. Ping TR1P. Why are you daddy? Fap fap fap. ST became a member.
I don't know what to say about to that one, Seymour. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to call me daddy, I can't stop you. But yeah, it's a little weird, But thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, it just keeps getting worse. So what we're gonna do today, I'm gonna kind of, for the people that missed the last episode and didn't get the full, haven't already watched the video and already know what happened. We're gonna, recap everything, and then we're gonna basically cover the stuff that's come out since last time I talked about it. And like the title of this video says, why is he not in jail? Why is he still free? Like, all the evidence is there. What else do the cops need to know? Like, it's all on tape, real time, live. He even ratted himself out in his own chat. But there's some interesting angles to this. It's that are fascinating, but also just make it look worse. Make the wrestling org, Knox KO or whatever it's called, they look fucking terrible. They look like they have obviously all the responsibility lies on Raja's hands, right? Like, he's the one who went too far and beat the shit out of the dude, nearly killing him. But this could have been so easily avoided by the organization that they have a huge responsibility in this. And it looks like they're actually trying to cover things up and not work with the police so that no charges are brought and no lawsuits are made. Like, they look like they're trying to cover it up. We're going to go over all that. Let's start from the beginning with some good news. We did have some good news today, and that is Psycho Stu is awake. He's alive.
Jason Unchained super chatted $2. You ever explain the origin of your name Ping TR1P?
Like 400 times. I've explained it a lot. It's my old gamer tag was tripping, TRIPPING. So if you take trip and you take ping and you reverse it, you have ping trip. And that's it. I struggled coming up with the name back in 2017 when I decided to make content. And I was like, well, I've always been tripping online. That's been my gamer tag. So I just made a little something from that. And it works. It's stupid. It's unique. That's what I was going for mainly, was a name that was unique. So if you searched it, you wouldn't find 100 other people. You'd only find me. Which, there's only one other Pink Trip. There is another Pink Trip. He's a golf fan. And that's why I spelled it with a 1 in the trip. Because I didn't want to completely copy this other guy I saw on Twitter whose name was Pink Trip. But he's a golf guy. So, yeah, there you go. There's the origin for the 401st time. My real name is Mark. Hey, you. All right, guys, let's get into it. Psycho Stu is alive. He's awake. I've heard rumors that he's having a hard time speaking. His memory's a little shoddy. It's still early on. I don't know if he's going to have long-term neurological issues, any kind of brain damage or something, but this is a good sign. The dude's awake. Hopefully he makes a full recovery, gets back in the ring, because it could have been really bad. That dude that went in there and pulled Raja Jackson off of him, I think he kind of saved his life, because it seemed like Raja was not going to stop punching this dude until he was just a pile of fucking goo on the fucking mat. That's what it looked like to me. So, prayers for this guy that he makes a full recovery. He needs to press charges. There are some things in life where you just can't let them go, okay? Sexual assault, grape. There are things that you have a responsibility. If they happen to you, you have to press charges, because you have to make sure that person who did that doesn't happen again. Now, am I saying Raj is a risk? Well, possibly when you behave like that and you have the instinct when a man is completely unconscious lying on the ground to continue bashing their head in. That's not a good sign to that person's mental state. And yeah, there needs to be justice. So I don't know. Some people are trying to push Stu to not press charges. Like there's some dumbass takes to this, like Chow Sonnen. We'll watch that in a little bit. One of the dumbest takes I've seen. So I don't know, maybe Stu won't press charges, but I think he should. It would be irresponsible not to. But good news. We'll start it with some good news because there's going to be a lot of bad news on this stream because we're going to get into the shooting that happened at the Catholic Church. That's pretty fucking dark. I think we need to make exorcisms great again because I think this person that did that was completely possessed, completely demonically fucking possessed. We'll get into that at the end of the stream. Let's get further into this. For people that don't know what happened, I'll catch you up. We'll play this little recap video. I'm going to skip the gory parts because I don't want to get age restricted and all that stuff because YouTube doesn't like the gratuitous violence when he's sitting there nonstop blasting the dude on the face. But this will recap it for the people that haven't seen this.
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Okay, this is Raja Jackson. This is Rampage Jackson's son. This is the guy that just woke up from the hospital. Psycho Stu. Okay, and this is the backstage of a wrestling event.
Hey, I think that's what. Oh, you don't show it? Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
The people that defend Raja are like, oh, well, he was right to do what he did because of this situation. This was a misunderstanding. He showed up to a wrestling event backstage with cameras. This guy thought that they were going to run an angle. It hasn't completely come out like what was spoken about before. I don't know if Psycho Stu just did this on his own accord or if they were like, hey, we're going to set up something with you and Rampage's son. And like, so clearly he says, oh, you're not going to sell it? Meaning like, you know, in wrestling, when somebody attacks somebody, the other wrestler will sell it like, oh my God, that hurt. They'll fall down and, you know, make it look good. So right away, you know, oh shit, this is a misunderstanding.
You're good.
And at this point, if he would have attacked him back at this point, it would have been completely understandable. It would have, you know, depending on how bad he hurt him, it would have not been such a big deal because it's in the moment. If, you know, there's at least people there that probably would have pulled him off and it wouldn't have gotten so bad.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it? Dude, he's not a fucking worker, bro.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
And this guy in the cowboy hat, I think this guy deserves a lot of responsibility because I think he was, from what I've been hearing, we'll watch a longer video on this. This is the guy who invited Raja and basically set all this up. And I don't know. This guy's an idiot, if you ask me. It's stupid to be taking people off the street and putting them into wrestling spots when they have no understanding of wrestling and then they have no emotional control. In the old days, they would put you through the fucking ringer. Before you got into the ring, they would test you and train you and make you break. Because one thing you need in wrestling, you need emotional control. Like you can't go out there and have to like take all these big hits and give these big hits and actually be kind of unstable and just can break out into a real fight at any time. Like wrestlers don't want that shit. But I guess they're just playing fast and loose these days, man.
Oh, sorry about
No,
that.
I will fuck him
we're
up,
good.
bro.
I know you will.
No.
We're good.
I will
Sorry
fuck
about
him
that.
up, bro.
I know you will.
I don't play that shit.
Sorry about that, bro.
Nah, I will fuck him up,
I
bro.
know you will.
All right, so this is missing a lot of pieces, right? This is just a quick rundown. We'll get into more detail, but after they did that, they apologized. Psycho Stu apologized to him. Raja Jackson shook his hand, made it seem like it was all good. Everything's good. And then the dumbasses that run that event were like, oh, we're going to set up a spot where you come in and you interrupt and you basically, you know, give him a receipt. You give him a shot. And he was supposed to, from my understanding, do a double leg takedown and like land one shot. But instead of doing that, he does the double leg takedown in an MMA style takedown where it's not a wrestling style move. It's an MMA style move meant to hurt you. Slams the dude on the back of his head, knocking him unconscious. We'll skip through some of this because I don't know how much I can play of this. But yeah, so he picks him up, slams him onto the back of his head, knocking him unconscious, and then proceeds to wail on an unconscious man, full force, 20 something punches, 21, 22. I've heard something like that. It goes on for a long time before somebody comes and finally takes him off. This guy right here. If it wasn't for this guy, I mean, this guy might have permanent brain damage. Who knows what long-term effects? Maybe even dead. So this guy that came in here and took him off literally saved his life. And we're going to hear more from this guy. Yeah, and here's the thing. When they go to take him off, he starts fighting everybody. Like, he's completely out of control. Now he's trying to MMA fight this guy.
Hey, you gotta stop this shit, man. Stop this shit, man.
And see, this guy here actually has some actual, like, real fighting experience. Thank God, because, I mean, you know, you need somebody with some real fighting experience when somebody like this goes full MMA on you, dude. So this guy's a real hero. And then finally, they calm him down. I'm sorry about the I don't know what's going on with all that noise in the background, but that's part of this clip. It's pretty annoying. And then he crashes out afterwards in the street.
Tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro.
By the way, if you want to see that whole clip, not the way I played it, but uncensored, it's fucking everywhere. X, you know, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube as well. It's just, you know, those videos have been getting age restricted. YouTube doesn't like those. Doesn't like that clip.
No shit.
Come on, man. We're leaving, man. We're walking away, bro. Let's not take it serious. Let's go. Come on, Roger. Let's go.
And then this guy's like, just wants to get a viral moment. It's pretty cheesy. So, yeah. There's a few key points I've skipped over because, you know, I don't have the time to go into it because we got a lot of new stuff. But he gets to the parking lot. Somebody calls him and like, basically, hey, he flatlined in the ring. The reports I've heard is that he lost multiple teeth, lots of teeth. And he was literally choking on his own blood. Psycho Stu. And that's, you know, like, they took a long time to wake him up. I mean, think about that, man. Getting teeth knocked out and you're choking on your own blood and teeth. Like, that's fucking not good, dude. Not good. I guess the guy didn't wear a mouth guard because he wasn't expecting to get into a full-blown MMA fight. The worst part about this is, like, wrestlers are allowing you to hurt him. Like, the guy's, like, allowed him to hurt him. And never in his wildest mind did he think, like, oh, I'm gonna give this guy the ability to hurt me, and then when I go unconscious, he's gonna punch me 20 fucking times, full force. And this ain't a regular punch. This guy Roger Jackson may not be Rampage Jackson, but he is his son, and he has been training MMA his whole life. So these are like lethal weapon punches. These are the worst of the worst type of punches. This is not like my weak ass punching you, which, you know, I could probably still hurt you maybe a little bit. But yeah, so here's what we're starting to find out, which to me, it kind of makes Rampage look pretty bad. Okay. In between, or like, this is before Raja goes up on stage, before he charges the ring and does what he did. This is after the slap. So remember, Raja was live on Kick. So when he got slapped by that wrestler, everybody saw it, slapped with the can, you know? And Rampage Jackson saw it too. And Rampage, looks like Rampage was kind of fucking hyping his son up to do something here. I don't know the right way to put it, but he definitely didn't help the fucking situation.
Hey,
Yo,
did you get jumped by a bunch of dudes in tights?
you said what?
Your stream, you was hugging on a dude in some damn tights.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Man, you shut the fuck up. I looked at your stream, nigga. You was hugging on some dude in some booty shorts.
I wasn't fucking hugging on nobody.
I saw you, nigga. I saw you hugging. I saw you hugging on your coach.
You have some sexual fantasies. You need to stop that shit.
No, I don't got no sexual. I'm not around a bunch of dudes with some damn
I'm at a fucking pro wrestling show. Exactly. Watch. My dad can't never call me a bitch. Straight up. How many subs to knock him out? That's a good question. I'm gonna fake crash out. All right, bet. You about to see you about to see how fake of a crash out I am. Now I get a chance to get in the ring and do this and do some shit to him.
I got a longer clip of this. This is really, it's worse than what you see here. His chat is part of why he fucking crashed out so hard. I've been there, man. The chat will make you fucking crash out. And he's sitting there reading his chat, just like fucking crashing out. I got a longer clip that's gonna make that clear. Not everybody's meant to be a live streamer, okay? And some people, if you are gonna be a live streamer, you can't read the fucking chat. You can't do it. You can't let the chat work you up, because one of the dirty things about IRL streaming, live streaming, is a lot of viewers are not there because they want you to do well or that they like you. They're there because they want to see fucking crash outs, dude. They want to see the worst possible thing happening. Like if you're going for a walk, they don't want to just away.
Exactly. People think this shit's sweet. People think this shit's a fucking game. Straight up, bro.
Yeah, if you guys lost me, OBS reconnected, so it should be back and good.
Tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit.
So this edit makes it look like part of his problem is his dad calling him a bitch. Now I know him and Rampage seem to have like almost like a friend relationship rather than a father-son relationship. And a lot of the clips will get into more of that, of the way they interact. Like, this kid needs somebody to fucking love him, not bully him, dude. And the more I get into Raja's story, like what he did is inexcusable, and yes, he needs to go to jail, but I actually feel a little bad for him. The more I get into his story, which we're gonna get into here.
Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'ma stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
Exactly. Watch.
Watch. My dad can't never call me a bitch. Straight up.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the next one. You know, so this is before, again, the fight, before he went into the ring and did what he did, Raja. And this is Jackson, his dad, basically crashing out at the wrestlers, just based on what happened before. This is before everything went down. This is like Rampage watching live or hearing from his chat what happened with the guy hitting Raja over the head with the can. And this is Rampage's response. And remember, this is before the crash out.
I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. This is what happened, Chad. He went to a pro wrestling event with his coach. Those pro wrestlers, they be just as crazy as MMA guys, right? The pro wrestling guy don't know my son, and he hit him over the head with like a can or a beer can or a bottle or something. And my son didn't know it didn't know it was coming. Didn't know, they didn't tell my son. And he hit my son over the head. I guess he thought my son was a pro wrestler or something. And Roger didn't react, but Roger didn't fight though. He didn't do anything, because I told Roger not to get punched, but still hit my son over the head. And then he asked my son, "You ain't gonna sell it?" When you in pro wrestling, when you sell, it's like, because that shit fake. MMA, we do real shit. And he said, "You ain't gonna sell it?" So when you don't sell, it make the other pro wrestler look bad, like he weak or something. But my son, he don't know nothing about that shit. So this motherfucker that hit my son is stupid.
I agree as well with this point, okay? I think the wrestling organization majorly fucked up. And they need to stop just using low-level celebrities who are just like the sons of some fucking fighter to get a little bit of fucking clout and throwing them in the ring like they fucking have any idea what's going on. The wrestling organization has a huge responsibility to pay. I mean, a huge responsibility for what happened. Of course, Raja is still no one made Raja do that, but they set up a situation where they were just being sloppy. They're using just some kid off the street who doesn't even understand what's going on, and they're telling him to get his receipts. I guess that cowboy dude, you know, I got to find that clip again. I should probably play that one again. But before he goes on the stage, the cowboy dude's like, "You know what a receipt is? Get your receipt." Basically telling him, like, hit him for real to get back at what happened. And it's like, this kid doesn't understand. This is a fucking kid that's an MMA fighter. Yeah, man, there's a lot of blame to go around for this.
So in order for me not to go to fucking jail, I got to talk to his coach. Go to fucking motherfuckers that hit my son is stupid. So in order for me not to go to fucking jail, I got to talk to his coach. Yeah, Roger wasn't aware. Roger didn't know what was going on. He just thought he was going and talking to those dudes. That's some fucked up ass shit, man. These motherfuckers playing on, they look, they fuck my son. They playing with my motherfucking DNA. They playing with my motherfucking name. I'm the only motherfucker that can fuck with my son. Nobody else on this fucking planet better fuck with my motherfucking son. Now, he's safe. He told me he's safe. But I saw exactly what happened from that clip. That W. Cal Cocktails was sending me that clip so fast. Them motherfuckers playing on my motherfucking name. They playing my motherfucking DNA. Man, I will go there and I'll fuck up all them motherfucking pro wrestlers over my motherfucking son. All of them. All of them. My son ain't no motherfucking pro wrestler. He don't know how to sell that shit. He don't know how to do none of that shit.
See, you gotta understand what's going on here. Rampage Jackson is live right now. At the same time, Raja is live at this wrestling event. This is before the real situation happened. Okay, this is after the can to the head, before the storming the ring and beating the shit out of Psycho Stu. In the chat are basically going back and forth, riling up Rampage and riling up Raja. And it's like, dude, these guys have no ability to handle a fucking live stream chat. And it really, the live stream chat played a big part in this crash out, a very big part.
We MMA fighters, we get dirty for real. We don't sell shit. We don't give you nothing. We don't give you a goddamn thing. You got to get what you earn in my motherfucking sport. We don't play that motherfucking shit. We do motherfucking real alphas. We ain't pretending around this motherfucker. And you motherfucker come with my son, y'all got to go through me first. Come meet me at the motherfucking gym. Don't with my motherfucking bloodline.
Yeah, so I don't know if Raja saw this message or it was communicated to him, but it didn't help the situation. At this point, Raja should have just left. The organization should have never, because what they did was they apologized. Psycho Stu apologized to Raja. Raja shook his hand. The organization thought everything was cool. Like, oh, we got past it. So I can give them that benefit of the doubt. But they still should have said, all the angles off. We're not going to work this angle. But to still go along with it and be like, yeah, we're going to have you go into the ring and all this, when this kid clearly has no understanding of wrestling, has no understanding of working an angle or that it's all a show. Like, I don't know if he ever watched wrestling in his life. Like, he had no business getting involved in a wrestling fucking situation, like a pro wrestling situation. No business. So yeah, the event, I hope Psycho Stu sues the fuck out of what are they called? Nox KO or whatever that stupid org is. But dude, again, this is Rampage Jackson not helping the situation. Here is Raja crashing out on his chat. Like his chat really played a big role in this dude losing his fucking cool and basically going full fucking, as MMA guru says, going full animal, which you can't say that. You can't call somebody who behaves like this a filthy animal. You can't do that. That's not right. Actually, I disagree with that, to be honest. But that's what everybody's mad. There's a whole fucking beef now between MMA Guru and Rampage Jackson because MMA Guru went hard on Raja Jackson and called him a filthy animal like 100 times. But dude, when you act like that, when you don't have the fucking, like any human, doesn't matter what skin color you have, when you go full fucking rage mode and do not care about whether you end somebody's life or not, I think words like that can be justified. But here he is crashing out because of his chat.
Me off, bro. It didn't even hurt. It just pissed me off. And the shit pissed me off. And I'm gonna have to get him back. They said I can go in the ring and get it that. I don't even know what I'm gonna do to him. Bro, my dad can't do shit. I'm gonna fake crash out. All right, bet. Bet. You about to see how fake of a crash out I am.
What he said? Someone said to him, "You're a fake crash out." He said, "I'm a fake crash out." Bet. Again, you're gonna see the escalation.
It's always been my dream to fuck up a pro wrestler for real. So I get it today. Am I really gonna fight him? Yeah, I'm gonna punch his ass for real. I don't believe in me getting disrespected too. I'm too nice. Bet. That shit was not staged. I'm telling you that right now. How many subs to knock him out? That's a good question.
See, this is, I mean, at this point, I don't know why he's not in jail. You have the act on camera, and you have him literally admitting to premeditation. Like, what more do you fucking need, dude? I don't know. It's California, right? It's just not even California. This is what, Knoxville or something, right? I gotta look where this is. Like, I don't understand how he's not already had charges pressed on. Apparently, they're investigating like federal battery or something. They're not even gonna get him. If they do get him, it's not even gonna be on attempted murder. It's gonna be on like the worst form of battery. I think it needs to be attempted murder. Because this to me is like, he could have killed him. He's lucky he's not dead. He's lucky Psycho Stu has a really strong, big fucking head. Because there's other people that would have died with half the amount of damages.
50 subs, knock him out. If he hits me back for real, I don't give a fuck. I want him to. Y'all want me to teabag him? People think this shit's sweet. People think this shit's a fucking game. Hey, you're right, Joel. I gotta show him some form of respect. Then they don't train no goddamn martial arts. I'm really going to hit him. I'm telling you. What should I do, chat? Should I pick him up? Should I slam him first or hit him? W, if I should slam him first, I'm not fucking around. You don't think I can do it, Miggy? Bet. My dad can't never call me a bitch. Fuck this dude. Oh, you think he's stronger than me? All right, Suave, watch. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Shaw.
Dude, the chat literally drove him to murder somebody. Well, you know, almost murder somebody. Listen, people in the chat. I love you guys in the chat. You are fucking funny, hilarious, insightful. You got to know the power you have in the chat. You guys have more power than you realize. You have the power to drive people to almost murder somebody, okay? So people in the chat, use that power responsibly, okay?
I bet you wouldn't be talking like this if you was in front of me, nigga. Chat, watch what I do to him. Tony, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you, Tony.
A few moments later.
Yeah, well, can't play this. Of course, you could play it on X, you know, but on YouTube, yeah, they don't want this. But we know what happens. Slammed on the back of his head, unconscious, crazy, non-animal, smashes his head in for a long time before anybody has the balls. And that dude with the cowboy hat, Adam, where was he? Okay, I didn't play this clip. I know most of you have seen these clips, but there's a clip where Adam is telling, or I forget his name, AJ. Is it AJ or Adam? I forget. The guy with the fucking cowboy hat is telling him, hey, get in there and get your receipts. You know what a receipt is? Yeah, you go in there and get you get it back. You get it back. And he's like, if anybody has a problem, I'll go out there. Where were you? How come you didn't fucking go out there? You should have been the first person to fucking go out there when this dude almost got decapitated. Dude, I don't know. This cowboy hat guy, he's got a lot to fucking answer for. Okay, now here is the gentleman, the hero. Look, I don't know about this guy's personal life. I don't know what he's done. Maybe he's done some terrible things. I don't know. I don't know about this guy. All I know is in this situation, this was the only dude that had the balls to run out there and try to get between Rampage, Raja Jackson, and Psycho Stu. And honestly, I think this dude, very good likelihood he saved Psycho Stu's life, if not saved him from a lifetime of trauma, which he might still end up having a lifetime of trauma. This is a longer one. We're going to watch it because I think it really points out how fucked up that wrestling org is.
Welcome to episode 34.
Before we get into this, it's time to do a little advertisement. Smash the thumbs up. My advertisements are quick and easy. Smash the thumbs up if you're enjoying the show. It helps get the show out to more people. Become a member. The memberships, you can click join, or you can go into the description, and I have a link for Patreon or to become a member on YouTube. Also, if you want to comment and you have anything you want to add to the discussion, you can super chat me and I will react to it. Thank you, guys. All right, let's get back to it.
Of the Scaling Up podcast, a very impromptu last second emergency episode. We've got Doug and Ian here from our Pred Catches. You guys might recognize them. And we actually wanted to do an episode where we would introduce them so you guys could kind of, learn more about them. But that is not the reason we are here today. We are here today actually because Doug has been all over the news today over something that's going super viral right now. Because for those of you guys that haven't heard, Raja Jackson, Rampage Jackson's son, tried.
Yeah, I see that John Daly says, Doug 180 today from this interview. Dude got paid. Somebody sent me that. I didn't watch all of it, but I watched a little bit of it. And yeah, he was like, I'm calm now. And, I mean, the dude probably doesn't want to fuck up his relationship with the org. I think what we're hearing here is probably more in line with how he really feels. But there is a business side to it. Who knows? Maybe there was some cash. Maybe there was a promise of, hey, if you do this, you can't work with us. You can't work with us anymore. We're gonna blackball you from wrestling in this whole area. So who knows, man? Who knows? But I think you're getting the truth right here, unfiltered. But I could be wrong.
To kill a man.
I don't remember much of what he said in the video, but it did seem like he was backtracking.
Yesterday, and Doug was actually the one who pretty much stepped in and saved them. So we're gonna actually play a few clips first of everything that happened. It initially started with the wrestler Psycho Stu smashing a beer.
By the way, I gotta promote this channel here. Who are these guys? Still Scaling Up podcast. Yeah, age restricted. They played the clip. You can't play the clip, guys. Yeah. Anyway, if you like this, go give him a subscription.
Can over his head,
Scaling
thinking
Up
that
podcast.
he was also a wrestler, that he was there working. And then after that, Psycho Stu apologized multiple times to him, and he was told to give him a receipt, which in wrestling basically means if you're hit for real, hit them back later.
I'm sorry, bro. Hey, it's gonna all work out.
Yeah, this is them apologizing. Psycho Stu made it clear, like, oh, I thought you were a worker. I thought we were here to work. Here's the thing. I want to know what they told Psycho Stu. Did they lead Psycho Stu on to go, hey, when this guy shows up, let's set up an angle with him, right? And then the Psycho Stu, he shows up and the camera's there and he's like, oh, well, let's set up the angle. Or did Psycho Stu, is he just so out of control and crazy that he just decided to hit him with this prop beer can out of nowhere? I have a feeling that Psycho had been told something beforehand, but I could be wrong. Maybe Psycho Stu just made a mistake and, just assumed too much.
Yeah, hello. I appreciate it.
I didn't know. I thought you were You run in on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. You remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag this shit.
Yeah, this is the cowboy guy. This is what I was talking about earlier.
You got a fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there. Tag.
Then where were you, asshole? You got a problem with it? I'll fucking run out there. Well, then why didn't you run out there? Where were you? Apparently, I heard he was gone. When actual fucking Raja went into the stage, this guy was like, oh, I'll be there to help you. I'll be there. This guy was gone. He was not even paying attention. I don't know. I don't know the details, but somebody texted me earlier that he had like left the building or something when it happened. I don't know, man. It's pretty sus.
And then ultimately, this is what happened. And last thing I want to say for
I think they edited it out.
Our viewers, for those of you guys that don't know, I actually trained at this.
That's what sucks about YouTube. You'll get an age restriction over a clip, and then you edit it out, and they still won't remove the fucking age restriction. You're like, but what the fuck, dude? Like, I got a video demonetized one time for the punt, but take away the P and add the C, because you're not allowed to say that. Because that's such a bad word. And I edited it out and they wouldn't fucking restore it. And it's like, YouTube systems suck so fucking bad, dude.
Same school 11 years ago, a long time ago. I know Psycho Stu personally. And so to get started with it, what actually happened to Stu? How bad are his injuries?
Broken facial bones is from what I'm hearing. Missing teeth. Has no recollection of what happened. Incoherent. And then even from the people closest to it now that I'm disassociating with, they won't even put up the full story. Stu's pretty fucked up. I'll put it this way. What happened yesterday is he choked on his own blood.
On his own teeth, I heard.
Yeah, teeth and blood.
And
dude, that sounds so nasty, dude. That's just,
lost all of his teeth, right?
A lot of them, yeah. Broken facial bones. He was out on the slam, and then the guy had made contact multiple times. I remember seeing that kind of being in shock, and then I just went. Aside of that, running in, there was other people that could have got involved that I made eye contact with, but they just stayed by the stage. Let me put it this way. I'm sorry to Stu that the people that said that they were your friends let this happen.
So how did you end up being involved? Because from what I understand, you weren't part of that match, that segment. How did you end up out there in the middle of the ring during this match?
I just got done with my match. I was blown up, took the heat, did the shit. Then I get a whisper by somebody, hey, something is not right. I might need you to go out there and check a scenario. This guy's going to do a spot. I'm like, when does the spot happen? Oh, we'll let you know. We'll let you know. Well, you want to let me know, but like, you're not telling me when the cue is, when is the spot supposed to happen. You're just going to let me know just in case. Right. So I'm stuck waiting for this cue. I walk out to somebody with the radio. I said, hey, talk to the back. When do you guys want me to go? What's happening? I was informed about the beer can incident. Actually, shortly before that, they told me that they, made up, shook hands, hugged it out multiple times. So it was going to be fine, but they just want to make sure. I talked.
So from this, it sounds like they had an idea things could still go wrong. So they had this guy basically by the ring in case something went wrong. And they still went through with it, dude. They still fucking went through with it.
Talk to the person out front with the radio. I walk back to the ring. I see the slam. I see the first punch, second punch, and by then I'm at people in front of me and I just start moving. I kind of wish I would have just sprung on like the slam. So that's where I'm at. I mean, honestly, there's nothing worse than you watch somebody.
You guys are talking about what a receipt is. I think I watched a video by Maven, ex-WWE wrestler Maven, and he basically explained it pretty well. He was having a match with... I forgot the guy he was having a match with, but he basically hit him too hard. Sometimes, you accidentally really punch somebody, And this guy, I think it was Taz. It was Taz. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. And Taz immediately got his receipt and just fucking drilled him with a fucking really stiff clothesline. So basically, like, yeah, if somebody accidentally goes too far and like one of your kicks actually land in the face and, you don't pull off the safe way of doing a maneuver, the wrestler you did that to will immediately retaliate just to kind of even the odds. And like they say, that's the way of like making sure things don't escalate. So like, oh, if I hit you too hard, I hit you hard right back and we're back to even. But yeah, that's what a receipt is.
You care about, he's a veteran. He's me. And these are people who are supposed to love him. And I'm the only one on the outskirts to be told to watch this apparently. And then I'm in there and I'm battling, I'm doing whatever, trying to like work this, and I'm telling the guy to calm down, and now he's trying to fight me. It's all fucked, like there's...
So them telling you to watch this and get involved, if this was supposed to be an angle, it kind of doesn't make any sense because you have nothing to do with their storyline or whatever. It seems like they kind of wanted you there just because you're the only one who can shoot, which in wrestling means for real fight, right?
It felt like it, like how you'd use a dog. Like, hey, we'll send our bitch to go do this.
But the fact that they told you to watch out and, be ready, and the fact that this had nothing to do with any of the storylines kind of shows that this was premeditated, right?
I think the premeditation part comes on the side of AJ Mana. You brought somebody that was volatile, that you knew had issues.
So real quick, that's the friend of Raja who brought him to the event.
That's the small calf, small ass, chicken legs bitch with the cowboy hat.
So this fight, whatever you want to call it.
So that guy's... I've heard he's close friends with Rampage and Raja, the guy with the hat, who told him to get his receipt. I don't know, man. There's worst case negligence, least case just irresponsible. I don't know, man. They need to do a better job putting together a show and just use professionals. Don't take people off the fucking street and put them into your little fucking wrestling angles and not expect something to go completely wrong. It's, I don't know. I mean, hindsight is, 2020, but they definitely fucked up in the way they handled this.
Call it Raja Jackson.
AJ Mana is the cowboy. Yeah, thank you, cool boy. I forget his name. AJ Mana, yeah.
Attempted murder.
Right, this attempted murder. He landed like 20-something punches on him.
23
punches on him. You pull him off, and then he tried to go at you. So that was he trying to continue beating him even further?
I think the culmination between his dad picking on him and all his daddy issues came out, and all the shit that AJ gassed up into his head. Because let me put it this way, I don't like Raja. I think Raja's a shit person for what he did. But I think AJ's a bigger shit person for gassing him up to be in that fucking ring, to leading him to ruin his own fucking life, to hurt somebody that AJ also has a fucking problem with. You can't fucking tell me that's not... I don't believe in coincidence.
He was basically trying to put the blood on someone else's hands.
Exactly, because he's not going to do it himself. Mm-hmm. The few little backyard fights he fucking got in where he got beat the fuck up, and then you got somebody that's a real fighter...
So I don't know. This is a pretty heavy accusation. It sounds like he's saying it's possible that dude AJ wanted Psycho Stu to get his ass kicked and kind of set up Psycho Stu. I don't know. That's a pretty heavy accusation.
Trained by somebody that's one of the greatest of all time, and then you had him do your dirty work. He ruined 2 people's lives.
So what happened when you got involved with Raja? Why did he want to keep going? Well, I know his chat was like gassing him up too, leading up to it, which we've talked about.
Another reason why live streaming is toxic.
Yeah.
Just goes to show.
When you're a man, you're in control of your life. If you do things for other men, you're their bitch. You are not a man.
Basically
you're a puppet.
Doug, so what happened when you and him squared off?
I just went in there to stop it first, because I was kind of in shock. I saw Stu. I saw the punches.
Yeah, Mark Henry had a dumb take.
1KQ super chatted $1.17. I saw wrestling legend Mark Henry's BS take on this.
Yeah, I didn't save that one. I saved Chael Sonnen's take, which was just as bad. Maybe a little less bad. But there's been some bad takes about this. And definitely Mark Henry's is one. I didn't save that one, but we'll get to the Chael Sonnen one in a little bit.
It felt like slow motion. I'm looking around. I'm looking at Stu's friends staring at me, not running in. I'm only running in. Somebody f***ing pinned Stu after he almost got beat to death. People are so...
That's another clip that I haven't played, but it's out there. Like, this organization was so fucking retarded that while the dude's sitting there choking on his own teeth and blood, they're like, oh, we still got to do the pin. We got to, we can't ruin the fucking illusion and pin him. My God. People are losing intelligence at a rapid pace. And you see it everywhere. You see it when you go to businesses to buy some shit. The service sucks. Food, people can't even fucking put a cheeseburger together without fucking it up. But now this is like DEI fucking wrestling here, dude. Like just terrible management.
So chicken shit that they don't understand violence. They don't understand what's going on. They don't want to partake in anything. They weren't willing to save their friend. They would rather worry about their own image, their self, their match, or this. Sometimes the world stops. You could go to the store one day, be shopping for fucking groceries, and if you see an old lady get beat up and fucking robbed, you have to do something. Sometimes the
Just One says, Psycho Stu saw a camera, was drunk, and stupidly thought Raja was another wrestler. How do we know that? If that's the case, then yeah, Psycho Stu shouldn't have did that. But we don't know what was told to him. Clearly, they were trying to set up a fucking angle with him and Raja, and maybe they just thought Raja was smart enough to understand that's what was going on and not actually get pissed off over a little tiny slap to the side of his head with an empty can that's just air. Like, it clearly didn't hurt him. You could tell by his reaction that there was no pain involved with that shot. It's just him, his ego getting hurt. That's all it was. And because he's not smart enough to understand, oh, this is an angle, this is a play, this is a show, and to go with it, instead he just got upset and his ego got damaged. And then his dad gets on and calls him a bitch, and why are you hugging wrestlers in tights and these bitch ass shit? And it's like, and then his fucking chat gets in, you're a bitch, oh, he's made you a bitch, oh, you're not going to do anything, you're not going to do it. And then the dude just crashes out and goes in there and nearly beats the man to death. But yeah, I don't know if something was told to Psycho Stu. I don't think you can assume, unless there's information out there that I have not seen, I don't think you can assume that there was no prior setup that they told Psycho Stu, hey, we're going to set up an angle. So when he gets here, just know that, like, we're going to set up an angle with you and him. And Psycho Stu probably went into his bit, which that hitting the dude with the can is probably his bit. I don't know. I've never heard of these people before that. But yes, it's possible Psycho Stu did it on his own and it was a dumb move. But it's possible that someone got in his ear and said, hey, we're going to set up an angle. And he just went with it.
The world stops. So these...
But again, if you have information I don't know about, then you could be right.
People are sitting in the fucking ring watching a man get beat to death that they call the fucking friend. The people in the back are fucking telling me, hey, can you go out there and make sure nothing bad happens? So now I got all this responsibility. But at the same time, if I'm AJ Mana, if I'm the people that told me to go out there, if that's the person I brought, or I know this whole situation is going on, I'd be right at the fucking ring. If somebody told me that Ian had the possibility of having a fucking fingernail being put out of place because somebody might be a little off in the ring, you think I would take a fucking chance of my friend getting hurt? I'd be in the fucking corner of the ring on the very side in the front fucking row. You couldn't move me from the fucking spot. I'd run the whole show. Fuck all of you. That's my friend. That's my family. That's somebody who means more to me than anything in the world. I would never let something fucking touch him. I would die before something hurts my family. And all the people that call him family, where the fuck were they? And then when we're in the fucking ring and I'm breaking it up and he shoots a fucking double leg on me, by the way, work a better fucking double leg, you fucking prick. And then
remember Raja when he was crashing out afterwards? He was like, somebody bit me. Somebody fucking bit me. Well, it was this guy.
And I'm telling you to fucking calm down. I'm not even fucking fighting. I'm not even being fucking hostile. Then you're trying to fucking work and get lower, do this, change positions, and I'm over here having to swim with you, all this other shit. And then you fucking punch me in the fucking eye after we're breaking it up, you fucking loser. That's why you got fucking headbutt, and that's why I fucking punch you, and you're fucking lucky I was tired from the match before this. What kind of fucking person are you? You fucking low-life fucking clown. You want fucking clout, so you beat up a guy that's fucking half unconscious. You punch a guy that's trying to break up a fight and not even trying to fight you. I wasn't even trying to fucking hurt you. The fuck is wrong with you?
So, do you think he wanted to continue beating up Stu?
I think he would have killed him.
If you didn't stop it, right?
I promise you he would have killed him. He would have killed me if he would have got the best of me. If he would have took my legs out from under me like he was trying to, he was going to do the same thing to me that he did to Stu. Clearly, you watched the stream when he's walking away. I'm tired of people fucking with me. I don't care how many times you've been fingered in your life, bro. I don't give a fuck. If you got a fucking problem with the fucking world and the people around you, change the fucking people around you. Change it up a little bit. Go to therapy. Get some fucking help. Don't take it out on everybody else. And then you want to train by one of the best fighters to ever fucking live, your fucking father, use his fucking clout, use his fucking knowledge, and then you want to hurt people that don't fucking train like that? You're a fucking bully. You're a bitch. Fuck you. Fuck everybody who taught you that.
So after all this happened, as far as the show, like, did the show just continue? Like, how did Stu get out of the ring? I assume it was stopped and paramedics came. Like, what actually happened?
He was given CPR. He was choking on his fucking blood. The paramedics came. I rolled out. Once I realized that my fucking blood was leaking because he caught me right in the fucking goddamn orbital bone, I rolled out the ring to go fucking fight that guy. I said, fuck him, I'm coming. And then everyone's holding me back.
And he had already, like, ran out of there?
Already gone. And then the only person who fucking met him is a fucking crackhead with fucking face paint who's fucking begging for fucking clout.
That's the guy that when Raja's leaving, that skinny clown paint guy is like, you want a viral moment? It's like complete, white guy pretending to be black, that type of character. You want a viral moment, dog? Get over your viral moment, dog. Like, that dude wanted so much fucking clout. He's like, holy shit, this huge viral moment just happened, and I'm not going to even be a part of it. Come fight me quick, Raja. Get over here and fight me. And he almost got it. It wouldn't have been pretty. Raja, like, say what you want about Raja and his inability to control himself. You don't want to get in a fight with that dude, okay? He will fuck you up, all right? He's got that Rampage Jackson bloodline and a lifetime of MMA training. Here's a prediction. Raja Jackson will be a successful MMA fighter at some point, okay? They're not going to give a shit about this. Give him 5 years. He'll be fighting.
For the fucking internet. Man, fuck that whole fucking night. There couldn't be anything more.
Oh, was he trying to keep him there for the police, Jim Burkett? Okay. That's different, but I mean, what would the police done? They've done nothing. I mean, unless Raja's in hiding right now, like hiding out in somebody's basement. Like, the police are not doing anything, so what good would that have done?
Mismanaged in my fucking life than I saw that night.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm just trying to get a better understanding of like how the show went on. Who took him out of the ring?
Yes, JCD. That's what I mean. But I gotta worry about YouTube. I gotta play by the rules, JCD. I'm already in trouble.
First of all,
Stu left by paramedics in his own blood, choking. A veteran. A war veteran.
Was he stretchered out of the show?
Yes, he was a load and go criteria.
After that, did the show just continue as if nothing happened?
There was kids crying. There was women and children upset. The little girl, Sophia, in my tag team, she saw the whole fucking thing. And as an adult, that's my job to, is to protect everybody. And I fell really short. I talked to her dad. She said she saw everything. She tried to get out of the car, come back, and see if Stu was going to be okay. And it's fucked up. You have kids at the show, you have families at the show. We're supposed to be here for a good time. And why I keep bringing up that fucking asshole with the stupid cowboy hat? Because you brought somebody that was volatile. You knew
it's AJ Mana, right?
He was volatile. You set him up. You had him do your dirty work at a show where everybody's doing this for entertainment. And you wanted to do that? What a fucking prick. Both of those fucking people, fuck everybody involved with that person. And here's my thing about the Raja situation. His dad is going to be hurting. His family's going to be hurting because of the trauma with their fucking son doing this shit, the embarrassment, all of that stuff right? You have somebody that's unhinged. He needs mental help.
Emmanuel says, did Dana really say that? Emmanuel says, I think I remember Dana saying they'd never take Raja as a fighter now, so his aspiration of reaching the highest level of MMA are dead. Look, I tell you what, man, you put him on a card, people are going to want to watch that. I mean, this is how people are. I'm not saying it's right, but like, hey, while he's got some name recognition and his shit's going viral, maybe set up a fight right now. I don't know. I think if he actually can fight, if he can like win some fights, maybe he'll end up in a different organization. But like, what other life path is this guy going to have other than being an MMA fighter?
But he needs to go to jail as well. You have Stu's family now, which I hold in a way higher regard. The dad's there, and I couldn't imagine watching somebody I love getting beat to death.
Yeah, so Stu's dad was sitting there watching this, along with a lot of fucking young children.
His dad was there?
AJ was talking to his dad from what I hear, so I'm assuming his dad was there and lying to him about what happened. And then, like I said, you know, with Stu's family, now they're wondering if he's going to be...
Yeah, you're talking about Doug. Doug is the guy who went in there and pulled off Raja off of Psycho Stu. You're talking about his latest video. I'm not even going to play his latest video because I think right here, right now, maybe the excuse would be, oh, I was like angry and in the heat of the moment, so I said some things I shouldn't have said. I think this is the truth. We're getting 100% the truth at this point. And now, whatever he's doing, maybe he's thinking about his long-term career. Maybe there's some money involved. I'm sure the organization sneakily is like, actually, this is a good thing. Look, everybody knows who we are now. We're going viral everywhere. Like, come on, just be quiet, and you know we'll benefit from this.
Normal.
That's just a theory I have. Can't be proven.
Again, not just jail. It's not the tragedy of losing my son to jail. Is he going to be able to remember things? Can he walk? Can he talk normal?
What condition is he in right now? Do you know?
From what I hear, he's having a hard time. He has no recollection of what happened.
He was in a coma overnight, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was induced.
Medically induced.
And he's lost all his teeth at this point, I heard?
Most of them, from what I hear.
He had brain swelling as of last night. It's gone down since then, and reports as of late have said that he's up.
Doug was drunk here. He does seem like he might be, he might have had a few drinks. He doesn't seem that drunk. But dude, when are these wrestlers not fucking drunk? Do you know anything about wrestlers? This is what they do. They go fight and do drugs and get drunk. Like, they live a very degenerate lifestyle. So,
and alive, but is extremely out of sorts, is having trouble walking, maintaining his balance, and they just took him off a breathing tube this morning, and would assume they're just keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, so if you missed the beginning of the show, he's awake now. Just for anybody that missed the beginning of the show, he is awake now. He doesn't look too bad. They're saying he's still struggling with memory. Like hopefully he doesn't have like too many long-term brain symptoms because his brain took a lot of fucking damage.
The fucked up part is Stu doesn't want his attention.
And he doesn't remember anything that happened, right?
That's what we were told, yeah.
He's apologizing to his wife for being in the hospital.
So did the police end up getting involved?
Yeah, no, they were multiple...
Hey, you super chatted $5. I guess Knock Pro had ties to WWE. WWE has removed them from WWE talent recruitment and Knock dropped WWE branding. That hurts the other wrestlers.
Were they using it as like a recruiting ground, like they do with a lot of smaller orgs? I said that Booker T was the one who ran the Knox KO shit, or Knox X Pro, whatever it's called. I was wrong. It's not Booker T. I read that on Twitter. Clearly, I read somebody just making shit up, or maybe they were mistaken. It's for fucking Rikishi. Remember Rikishi? Rikishi used to do that move where he would throw people into the corner, and then he would like slam them with his giant fucking ugly ass, and then like he would smush his ass on their face. That was what Rikishi was known for. Smothering people with his giant, dimpled, cellulite-ridden ass. Those were good times.
Reports, I talked to the cops, I gave them my information.
At what point did they show up?
15 minutes after the little bitch fled.
Besides taking a report, did anything else come of it?
We're actually being active. This is part of the reason I'm here. I was actually not present for this event. I was at home. I heard about it pretty much just like everybody else until I started communicating with my friends and colleagues at that organization. and they were giving me details. I have actually kind of stepped away from the wrestling world because of personal growing safety concerns and social concerns in terms of my reputation. So I have been slowly distancing myself from this brand because I'm not surprised at all that this happened.
You're talking about that school specifically?
Yes, there are some great people in this industry. There are a lot of bad people congregated at this place.
There's great people at that school. I'll put it this way. Rikishi.
Yeah, VL, now they said it earlier in this video. They had to induce a coma. He did have some sort of brain bleeding. Unless I misheard, I know he said they definitely induced a coma. So they put him into a coma.
Gets the fucking blame.
I don't remember if it was brain bleeding or brain swelling. But yeah, clearly, this is one thing people forget is when you're ground and pounding somebody, it's worse than taking shots standing because your head has nowhere to go. You're just getting smashed into the fucking mat. Every shot is like double the fucking impact because, if your head's up here, like it goes back. If your head's on the ground and here's the ground, it's like boom, 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 boom. It's got nowhere to go. So this, I just hope, pray for him. I don't know if there's a link to donate to Stu. I think they might have put a link in here. Yeah, let me copy this link to Stu's GoFundMe. And I'll paste this in here. For people that want to support Stu, I know people were mentioning that. I think that's only fair. Of course, not letting me post it. Not letting me post it. Okay, here. What I'll do is I'll post this video. And if you want to donate to his GoFundMe, here it is right here. It's in the link. It's in the description of this video. Okay, if you want to go support his GoFundMe, I'm pretty sure this one is actually tied to him. I'm pretty sure it's not a scam, but don't hold it against me if it is. You never fucking know until it's too late.
Because his name is on the school, but that doesn't represent him. It doesn't represent Tamiko. It doesn't represent a lot of people there.
Or in case she wasn't.
Yeah, MFG. He was a vet. Did I save it? Let me look at my bookmarks. I thought I saved it, but yeah, there's a video of him talking about his background. He's a veteran with PTSD, and he found that wrestling was something that helped him with his PTSD to stay busy. Like, I don't think it's necessarily wrestling. It's just having, something to do in life. A lot of veterans struggle. Like they can't find a new passion, and just having a new passion, something you care about to work on, I think really just really helped him with his PTSD. But yeah, I mean, Psycho Stu seems like a good guy. Everything I've heard about him, like, yeah, he fucked up hitting him with a can. But he knew he fucked up. That's why he apologized. And that's why Raja accepted his apology. So, like, there's no excuse for what Raja did. There's no fucking excuse. Here's Legal Mindset. And this is another one that makes you go, okay, so why is he not in jail yet? I guess they're still doing the investigation. But Legal Mindset, Raja Jackson in serious legal trouble, fast facts. I don't know why I'm not subscribed. This guy does some pretty good videos. He is a little sus because he lives in Taiwan or he lives in one of those sussy Asian countries, but he seems to be a good legal mind. Let's get
legal hot water, some serious legal trouble after a brawl that went down with a Psycho Stu the other day. And this absolutely is going to have some serious legal repercussions. We're going to talk about that today on The Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. Of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney. This is the fast facts version, the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. If you like this, make sure you like the video and leave a comment on this below. And of course, I'm a little bit on mini vacation here, so it's not my home studio, but we're going to really get into this. And of course,
does he live in South Korea? Okay, I take it back. I don't think South Korea is sus. I was thinking of Taiwan and God, what's the other Asian country people go to get up to, some nasty business? I forget. I don't go there, so I forget the names. But yeah, South Korea is not too sussy. I'll take it back. It was a joke anyway.
I've got a PowerPoint for you. So let's jump right into that on the Raja Jackson attack. Now, many of you may know Raja Jackson is the son of course, Rampage.
Oh yeah, dude, did I save that about the organization? Did I miss that?
Wasn't even aware of it, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Let me get to this
But the most disgusting thing is that people at this school are being encouraged to not cooperate with the police. From what I hear, the police were there investigating the scene shortly after Stu was removed.
Yeah, they're telling everybody not to cooperate with the police. This might be why it's taking so long to get charges, but to me, you have it on video. You have all the evidence you need. It's a slam dunk case. I don't know what we're waiting for. But yeah, this is a bad look.
And there has been multiple requests that have gone downstream from upper management to not talk with the police directly if they are contacted, and to only let a certain group of individuals interact with the police. That is extreme.
Yes, Thailand is what I was thinking about. He lives in Thailand. Okay, sus. That's fucking sus. No, I mean, obviously not everybody that lives in Thailand is, a sex tourist or whatever, but when I hear you live in Thailand, I get a little sussed out. But apparently it's super fucking cheap. You can live there, if you can make an American income and live in Thailand, you can live like a king, I think. So that's going to bring a lot of people out there.
Extremely dishonest. You guys let your friend almost die, and now you're trying to have people lie for you. And fuck you to every single person who replied to them, yes, sir. You are all weak sacks of shit, and I hope you rot in hell. You are wasting oxygen that other people could be breathing. Go fuck yourself. And if you continue to be complacent in this investigation and you side with the people who you know are in the wrong, I wish nothing but the worst for you.
Is there anything else, I guess, any inside information that people don't know about yet that they would be interested in?
How many episodes we got?
Talking about this whole situation, of course.
Well, I'm a professional boxer, and I've trained as a professional boxer for many years now. And wrestling was extremely new for me. I didn't watch wrestling grow.
Yeah, so that's the last part of this. I almost skipped it too soon. And Rusty James, they're saying like, Stu doesn't even look like he got hurt. He looks perfectly fine. Look, I knew when I saw this picture, I was like, here comes the conspiracy theories. It actually was all a fucking work. It was all a work. Like, there's no way it was a work. You saw the fucking punches. Yeah, I'm sure if you got like a footage of every injury he had, you would see the injuries. This is like not a close up. Clearly, like this, I don't know. I'll admit he doesn't look bad, but there are explanations for that. Other than it was all a fucking work. But dude, if this was all a work, this is the greatest work of all fucking time. I mean, that could be a possibility. This was all just a work, but I don't believe it. It would be too impossible to believe that. Here's some shots of him standing around, walking around. Looks like he's lost some weight. That tends to happen when you get put into a induced coma. You tend to lose weight pretty quickly because you're just eating liquids. You're not eating a big diet. I think this is when he was in the coma early on. You can tell he's pretty fucked up here, but it's been a few days. Again, he might have just been hit in the right ways to where, most of the damage went to his fucking brain. You can get traumatic brain injury and like not look like you just fought Muhammad Ali and be all scarred up and shit, I don't know, man, but I get it. People are going to start doubting whether or not any of this was real because he looks too good in this picture. I get it. All right, let's get to the legal mindset who says, Raja Jackson in serious legal trouble. Fast facts.
Rampage Jackson, you have them on the left. Rampage, you got his daughter there, and then you got Raja right there on
let's
the
get
right.
A scan of his brain.
And this went down just this week, and he is now being investigated by the LAPD that are looking into this beating of an unconscious opponent. I am not going to play this video because YouTube has been coming down really hard on people that have been showing this image that's censored is kind of enough, but I can just describe you to the fact that the opponent, Mr. Psycho Stu, was absolutely knocked out. He was absolutely flat. He was not responding, and it had to be to the point where people were pulling him off, had to pull Raja off because he was beating this unconscious man and continued to do it for an uncomfortable amount of time. Watching the video was very uncomfortable. I watched the whole thing, and there have been many experts that have commented on this and given commentary. I am not an expert in neither MMA nor wrestling nor fighting in general, but I am a person who knows about the law, and when you see somebody who is unconscious, one big thing that pops out is whatever consent they would have had for the fight is gone now. Most people do not consent to continue to be beaten while they were unconscious. And there is a limit, even within fights, even within rings, even within MMA or any other form of sanctioned fighting, that at a certain point, this is too far. And there is no legal protection. There is no waiver. There's no really thing that's going to get you out of this per se. Now, we're going to talk about some defenses for Raja, what he might bring up that might minimize things, but there is no kind of complete waiver or some kind of complete loss of liability or protection from liability that you would have through some sort of contract. So let's continue here. We have a statement from his dad, from Rampage, and I actually think this was very thoughtful and very balanced. And I want to read this because I thought it was actually very thoughtful.
Really? Yeah, we've read this statement. Let's get past this. I didn't think that. I wasn't impressed by this statement.
Also, the current condition, which if you look at this, Psycho Stu is in currently stable but in critical care after the disturbing attack he suffered on Raja Jackson on August 23rd.
I think this is still the case. Like, even though he's awake because of the brain injuries, like, they have to be really careful, because if you know anything about brain injuries, you're not out of the woods right away, you know?
According to his brother, the family asked supporters to keep the wrestler, whose real name is Stuart Smith, in their prayers as they're focused on his recovery. So he is not dead. That's a relevant fact legally, right? Because obviously if this was a fatality, then there would be something else on the line. There'd be some very, very serious charges on the line, which we'll get into right now. So obviously you have attempted murder. That's something that people have been throwing around. That's in all the clickbait, thumbnails, etc. Now, whether or not this is an attempted murder is going to be based on intent. How it reads in the state is intended to cause death as opposed to serious harm. And their actions were directed towards achieving that intent, but ultimately ineffective in completing it. Meaning they tried to get rid of this person, tried to end them, and only because of whatever else happened did that not happen. So it has to be specific intent of death, not of serious bodily harm. So if you just intend to mess somebody up, to hurt them a lot, that is actually not enough. That would actually not be enough under the relevant statute. Now, it can be first-degree murder, which is premeditated, or second-degree murder, which is a little bit closer to manslaughter. For those that are familiar with the statutes, we're going to talk about manslaughter next.
I think they're going to end up getting them with battery, something probably lighter. I don't think they're going to get them with attempted murder.
But in this case, the specific intent is the biggest thing that is going to be the hurdle for prosecutors if they wanted to go this route. Next is manslaughter, and manslaughter is the unlawful killing of another without malice. It does not require malicious intent, and this can either be a sudden fight or a heat of passion in the case of voluntary manslaughter, or involuntary manslaughter, which occurs when committing another felony. The problem with manslaughter is there's no attempted manslaughter. So the fact that he's not dead, right, that there isn't a killing here, right, kind of negates this one. So while a lot of people have been throwing around the word manslaughter, it really won't work as an attempted manslaughter. There's attempted murder, and then there's other things, which we're going to get into, but there's not attempted manslaughter. So that one is probably not going to be the thing here. Battery, definitely something that everybody can consider. And if you consider murder at the top end and battery at the low end, battery is one that, as you're going to see here, it looks a lot more possible. So a battery is essentially when a defendant, in this case Raja, willfully and unlawfully touched another in a harmful or offensive manner and was not justified. So a lot of people confuse assault and battery. Assault is the threat of harm, and there has to be a fear, right, that's accompanying that threat. And battery is the completed act. So battery is you've not just threatened somebody, but you've gone and done the thing. You've actually gone and touched the person, you've harmed the person. So harmful or offensive manner means you physically harmed somebody, or it was done in an angry, rude, or disrespectful way that the victim found offensive. Well, this is, of course, beyond angry and rude or disrespectful. I mean, you're unconscious. You're being beaten while you're unconscious. Obviously, that is physically harmful.
How rude. How rude of you to fucking punch me 20 times as I'm unconscious and fucking remove all of my teeth and leave me choking on my own blood. That's so rude. So fucking rude.
Harmful, right? And there's no justification. So the justifications in the relevant statute are usually self-defense, defense of others, or disciplining a child. That's not what we had here. So battery.
Zen Controller thinks it's all a con. Zen, don't you think if it was actually a con and this was all a work, that at this point Raja and Rampage would have fucking admitted it and be like, guys, it was a work. It was a work. Like, come on, my son's not out there trying to kill people. It was all part of the show. Like, they would fucking admit it at this point.
Not looking good for Raja. Now, there are some defenses. There's mutual combat, which is a limited defense, not a total defense. It's not a get out of jail free card, but it is a limited defense against assault or battery, but only in the specific circumstance where both parties clearly and willingly participated without the intent to cause serious injury. So there's a lot of problems there. The willfulness, the consent. Obviously, there's not a consent to be beaten unconscious. So that's kind of out of the picture. And beyond that, the intent to cause serious injury, it looks like from what we see, there's an intent to cause serious injury. It did not look like there was an intent to just, have the fight and step back under the rules, right? And even if this did apply, which it likely doesn't, it's not a full defense.
The intent to me was to cave the dude's fucking skull in. Because that's what's going to happen when you just continuously punch somebody forever. Because it looked like he wasn't going to stop until he either ran out of gas and was physically incapable of punching anymore, or somebody pulled him off. And he even said, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to punch him until somebody pulls me off. The intent, to me, this could you could make an argument for attempted murder. You could, but I don't think they will. I think they'll go with battery.
Incomplete defense. It doesn't fully protect from criminal or civil liability. It just might mitigate that. And serious injuries, like we have here, critical condition in the hospital, are typically still illegal, even in mutual combat. And combat often, if it goes beyond that consent, the consent of the original fight, it's out. And that's what I think we see here. Now, what the concussion might come up with, and might come up as a defense, is diminished actuality. This is actually changed from the diminished capacity defense. Some people are aware of that one. But what this means is the defendant, in this case Raja, did not have the necessary specific intent due to a mental disease, defect, or disorder. So what Rampage argued, and I don't know whether he knew he was making a legal argument or not, but that fact from Rampage's message was very relevant because a concussion has been proven in other cases to form the basis for diminished actuality if it prevented them from having a specific intent. So if it hurt their brain.
And how many concussions has this kid had? If he grew up doing MMA from an early age, this kid might already have fucking CTE. It is a defense. I don't know if it's a good defense. But is it proven like you lose like the ability to think rationally with a concussion? Like if you have a concussion, like you could easily murder somebody because you no longer have like self-control and you can fly. Is it like steroids where they say you could go into a rage and like no one can stop you? Is that what happens with concussions? It feels like a reach. It feels like they're reaching.
In a way that they couldn't think and form that intent. Well, that could prevent something like, for example, an attempted murder. You can't prove attempted murder if you have no specific intent. So that would negate that. Might not negate a battery, right? So that's an issue for battery, but it might negate him from attempted murder. This would require an expert analysis, expert testimonies. You have to get a lot of people back.
Oh, no.
Andrew Wilson super chatted $2. Chris Benoit did.
He who shall not be ever mentioned again. Yeah, Chris Benoit is a really disturbing story. That's a disturbing rabbit hole to go down. But yeah, that dude seemed to have a mixture of like steroid-induced insanity with like a destroyed brain. Like they did tests on Benoit's brain, and it was like an 80-year-old Alzheimer's patient. Yeah.
Backing this up.
You've seen a lot of that with these guys with CTE. Who's Junior Seau, I think, he was another one who, did the thing you're not allowed to say on YouTube and then requested people to study his brain. Like, yeah, there is real. So yeah, I guess it is a defense, but, I don't know. It's not like, it was just how controlled he was. Like he's sitting there at the side of the ring, like saying everything he's about to do. Like, it didn't seem like he just flew into a rage. Like, this was premeditated, which makes it even worse and a little scarier.
Up and saying this actually happened, but it is indeed possible. The other thing people aren't talking about right now, everyone's focused on the civil, but there's everyone's focused on the criminal and they're forgetting the civil, the tort side. There is massive liability on the civil side. Not criminal, civil. So criminal, we're going to probably have something going down there. That's being investigated. LAPD are looking into that. But we've got over here civil, and that's what people are really quiet on because there's massive monetary damages here for either battery or intentional infliction of emotional distress. And battery under civil law is a little bit different. It's intentionally causing an unconsented, harmful, or offensive contact, which a reasonable person would find offensive without consent. I think that's a slam dunk. That's an absolute slam dunk from a civil liability standpoint. A reasonable person looking at that can just know that that went beyond what was consented to. That was not.
I guess Rampage Jackson's going to have to come out of retirement because, yeah, there goes your retirement. There goes the college fund for the Japanese kids. Yeah, they're going to definitely, if there's no criminal charges, I'm sure he's going to end up with a fat fucking settlement.
Not reasonable. That was not, something that you,
and to be honest, he deserves one.
You can look at and as a human feel like, yeah, this is normal, right? So battery, slam dunk. Intentional infliction of emotional distress is extreme and outrageous conduct by the defendant that was intended or recklessly disregardful of causing severe emotional distress to the victim. So this one, I think most people would call it extreme and outrageous. So that's very possible. And the emotional distress, I mean, you're put in critical condition. So I think that's something that might be relatively easy to prove, especially even compared to the criminal side. I wonder what you guys think. Do you think he's going to be held liable in a criminal court, in civil court? Do you think there'll be massive damages, a settlement?
I think battery charges. He's probably gonna get probation or some shit. They're gonna go light. He's gonna get a battery charge, and then they will be sued in civil court, and they're gonna end up having to pay a fuckload of money to Psycho Stu. That's my prediction. Go follow Legal Mindset. He does great work. It's a great legal mind. Well, we got some more on Rampage. So this is after everything. Rampage is just let's see how he reacts. To be honest, it's a bad look. Like he's out bowling. His son just almost killed somebody. His son's become like enemy number one of the internet. Everybody's fucking talking shit about him, and he goes out and does a live stream and goes bowling. Maybe you should be at home with your fucking son at this point, dude. I don't know. It's kind of a bad look.
This weekend, it's hard for me to talk about it, but I'm just keeping 100. I feel bad about what happened to Psycho Stu. I don't condone what my son did at all. Very, very unfortunate. If I was there, things went down. But what I'm saying, I wasn't there. But what I'm saying, I'm a father, so I gotta have my son's back. But I'm gonna let justice, play out, take its course. Ain't much I can do on that side, but be a father. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know I can't talk about this shit. I can't talk about any details and stuff like, it's like shit is wild. Shit is wild. Now shit all over the internet. So, I see a lot of people editing stupid shit for clickbaits and stuff like that. And
so I think he's talking about the edit where basically he's calling his son a bitch. And he's talking shit about his son, like hugging with wrestlers and like, yeah, I don't know if you can blame the edit for that. It's not like the edit isn't capturing real moments, I see a lot of comments. The intelligent people kind of figure out what was going on and stuff like that, but it's a lot of like people that believe everything they see, every clip and everything. People making views so they can make money and shit, and just posting any old thing and shit that's not even fucking remotely true, just to get clicks and shit like that, to make money and shit. That's not fair. There's a lot of racist people showing their true colors and stuff. Alaka Zoom, did you just join us, Alaka? The reason that Rampage is getting a lot of shit is because of the way he behaved. Like, go back to the beginning of the stream. You might have missed some of the shit that happened.
99 cents, Father of the Year.
Yeah. Look, it's not easy being a father, okay? It's not. It's not easy. But when you look at the clips of the way these two interact, Raja's mother was murdered when he was, I think, 3 years old, something like that. So look, I do have some sympathy for Raja. Like he's not had an easy life, and yeah, you gotta have some sympathy for Raja. And honestly, yes, I think parents are responsible. You know, if you raise a terrible kid, parents have responsibility for that. And the way he behaved during the incident where he was fucking talking shit to his own son about what happened and helping to rile him up in a way that led to the outcome we all saw, along with this chat, I don't think it's out of pocket to criticize Rampage here.
But, you know, all this shit, you can't stop none of this shit, but, you know, I'm not as, being a father in hard moments like this. Sometimes you're proud of your kids and sometimes you're not proud of your kids, but at the end of the day, you're still a father. And, hopefully one day I can meet Psycho Stu and shake his hand and have a man-to-man with him and stuff like that, but who knows. But y'all, the people that know me, y'all know I got.
I'm sure you'll get to do that after the verdict in court. When he gets awarded who knows how much fucking money. You'll get to shake his hand after that.
Mad love for everybody. And I'm just gonna try to like get back to being myself. I don't got the right words to say, and I know whatever I say, the haters gonna try to twist my words and say whatever they want to say. But you know, like I said, I wasn't there. I was learning what went on at the same rate as everybody.
We got some more from Rampage. Here's him talking about his son and how his son lost his mom. His mom was murdered.
Well, this don't got nothing to do with nothing that's going on. But all I'm going to say is that my son hasn't been the same since his mom got murdered. It hasn't, and I know that. And I've been trying to be there for him and make him laugh and cheer him up and everything. But I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know what the fuck to do. And I know my kids.
Look, I've seen quite a few clips, and if I was to give my opinion on this, and I don't know everything, but just from what I've seen, your kid needed love, bro. You're just constantly teasing and fucking with your kid and calling him a bitch and fucking challenging his manhood. And not even in private, you're doing it on live streams in front of the world. Sometimes what a kid needs, especially a kid who doesn't have a mother around to shower them with love, is they need their father to fucking fill that role a little bit. Now, I have experience with this because, like a lot of people, my mom and dad got divorced when I was 4 years old. And I essentially lost my mom. Okay, not permanently, but I didn't see her very much at all. She had health problems. I went to live with my dad. And there's one thing my dad did, is he didn't bully me and like fucking pick on me and all that. No, he knew I needed love as a kid. It sounds lame, it sounds cheesy, but it's absolutely true. You have to let your kids know that you love them. And I just didn't see much of a loving relationship between these two. It seemed kind of like an older brother picking on a younger brother type thing all the time. And again, I don't see what's behind closed doors. I could be wrong. But the little bit I've seen, like the kid needs some fucking love, bro. That's what the kid needs.
It's been the same with me. Like he's just been distant from me. Like we want to be more of a man and more of this. I don't know how to deal with this shit.
Yeah, I can feel for him there because it's not easy, man. It's not easy. Not everybody's cut out. I mean, I think Rampage didn't think he would have to take such a role. It would just be another wife that he sends him money and she raises the kids. And when I first saw this happen, I was like, man, he's behaving kind of like somebody that was just raised by their mother. Because that's the one downside when you're just raised by your mother is, yes, you get a lot of emotional support, you get a lot of love, but then you don't have the discipline, you don't have the emotional control that the father usually instills into the child. But I was like, oh, but wait a minute, he's raised by his dad. So that doesn't make sense. But then it all made sense to me all of a sudden when I found out that Rampage Jackson was actually raised by a single mom. MMA fighter Quentin Rampage Jackson was raised by a single mother for much of his childhood after his father, who struggled with drug addiction, disappeared when Jackson was 10 years old. So this is what happens, okay? A man raised by the mother, and then that man raises his son, but he's got all the emotional baggage of being raised by a single mom. So it's essentially like being raised by a single mom. Just a theory that could explain all this. Because a lot of the problems in the community, the black community, and, you know, all the communities, because everybody's getting divorced, a lot of kids, they have this problem. They don't have a masculine father figure to help them with emotional control. And that's very dangerous when you're a grown-ass man, as dangerous as somebody like a Raja Jackson, and you have no emotional control. That's fucking dangerous. And it's a big problem with what we deal with in today's age. But here's a clip that, you know, I just pulled this one. There's a lot of these. But it's a clip that kind of sums up their relationship, in my opinion. And obviously, I'm not catching everything. There's probably a lot of private, tender moments that are not on camera. I'm going to give them that benefit of the doubt. But what I've seen, it's like, dude, you didn't make this any better, in my humble opinion.
Exactly. You know what? That's what. That's why I hate you.
Exactly.
You know what? There's two reasons why I hate you. Because you're a vegan ass bitch. And you not hanging out with no fucking girls with me, nigga. I'm a real nigga. I'm a real motherfucking nigga. And you trying to say that I like that fucking sus ass shit, nigga. That's why I'm gonna adopt Nganu Jackson, nigga. This nigga, guess what he'll do? When he grow up, he's gonna be the son that I fucking wanted. Nganu Jackson. He's gonna be the son that I always wanted. He's gonna be a meat eater and a bitch lover. And he's gonna fight. He's gonna be the epitome of me. Something that you ain't, nigga.
See, it's just would be bad enough if this kind of, obviously Rampage is drunk here, which is not an excuse, by the way. Okay. This would be bad if it was something that was happening in private. This is all fucking live streamed for the world to see, and then his chat fucking just shits on him. Yeah, like, this is just not... I don't know. Obviously, it's not Rampage Jackson's responsibility for what Raja did, but, you know, Raja is his own person. He did his own thing. But I think you get where I'm coming from here, hopefully. And if you don't, sorry. I guess I didn't explain myself well enough.
My adopted African, I'm gonna adopt me a son from Africa that look just like you. Then you gonna be like, damn, I should have ate meat and fucked bitches with my dad.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because that's a good father-son relationship. Yeah, let's go out and fuck bitches together. Why aren't you going to the club getting drunk with me and fucking bitches?
I know.
So yeah, that's just one example. Just one little example. And this is probably, we'll wrap it up with this, but this is one of the worst. We'll wrap up this story and we'll move on to something else. This is one of the worst takes. This is Chael Sonnen, who's probably also suffering from CTE. Chael Sonnen, however you say his dumbass name. Yeah, let's listen to what he's got to say.
Raja Jackson, Rampage's son. Now, let me just start out with a disclosure to you all that I know this young man, and I like him a lot. I don't just know him to be level-headed and calm. I know him to be quite polite. Now, I want to preface that because I don't think that will interfere with my ability to tell you what happened here, but this is a wildly complicated situation. So, let's start with what you saw. You saw Raja get in the ring as part of a wrestling angle that was scripted and planned. You see Raja come in with his wits about him, waits for the right moment, picks up a double leg, just as it was planned. And he's doing this with Psycho Stu, and Psycho Stu is letting it play perfectly. Raja then turns him around.
Thank you for the super
Andrew
chat.
Wilson super chatted $5. Situations like this is why men need to grow up with a strong father in the home. Not an excuse, but definitely a factor in something more.
Yeah, man, look, the benefit I'll give Rampage is it's not easy being a father. It's not easy, especially when you're somebody who was raised by his mother and didn't have that father figure to be an example. You know, my dad was a very rare human being who had terrible fucking parents on both sides of the spectrum, mom and dad. But somehow he was able to not do the same thing to me. But most people, like, if they don't have the example set for them, like, they're just lost. They're just lost. And yeah, I mean, shit. I don't like to criticize other people's parenting, but it's just right there for everybody to see. You know, you're live streaming your relationship with your son for clicks, for views, for entertainment. You open yourself up to this criticism, and then when your son does something as drastic and as terrible as what he did, obviously people are going to look at that relationship and they're going to go, this ain't right. This is not a proper father-son relationship. And I get it. He's 25. Look, when you get as old as me, when you're in your 40s, you see 25-year-olds as kids, because they basically are. 25 is that age where basically you are an adult, even mentally, brain-wise. I mean, maybe all the concussions slow down his maturation process. But by 25, usually you have a fully formed frontal cortex and you're able to think rationally and think long-term. But yeah, he's, you know, I still think it's okay to call him a kid because 25 is fucking young. And not everybody matures at the same rate. But I get it. He is an adult and he should be charged as an adult.
So that when he brings him down, it's right.
I mean, I think he should be completely locked up. I think attempted murder is not out of the question. But I'm not going to also look into the situation and go, well, I kind of feel bad. His mother was murdered at 3 years old. And then he got stuck with a father who had no intention of ever being a full-time parent. And yeah, it's just not a good situation. So, I'm not going to ignore that.
In the center of the ring, which appears to be very clearly what they agreed and had planned to do.
Oh, they didn't. I don't think he agreed for the 22 punches as he was unconscious, child. I don't think he fucking agreed to that, dude.
Now, the landing is not great. When Raja brings Psycho Stu down, it's not great. And Stu...
He slammed all of his fucking body weight onto the back of his head. It was like the worst kind of slam you could take. To have somebody lift you up, have you behind their back, and then whip you to the ground to where your head is the first thing to fucking contact the ground. Yeah, not great.
Stu lands in a way and he hits the back of his head. And he looks as though he perhaps lost a level of consciousness right then. All right. Either way, this is what happened. And either way, Raja Jackson, from my vantage point, is working out the spot the way it was planned. Raja then follows up with a right hand. Then he switches and follows up with a left hand.
You're supposed to do a wrestling style double leg takedown, which does not include hoisting the person up and then whipping them under the back of their head. That's not a wrestling style double leg takedown. Just FYI, they're different.
Now, these were
not even a normal double leg takedown. That's like, you don't even see that shit in MMA because people don't let you lift them up. Because poor Psycho Stu was like, okay, he's going to do this takedown. So Stu lets him lift him up, doesn't fight back, doesn't try to get out of it. And then, boom. The only kind of move you can never pull a move off like that unless somebody's either really tiny and not fighting back or they're letting you fucking hurt them. That's one of the most disgusting parts of this is that Stu trusted him. And that's what he got for trusting him.
Hard shots. However, and again, I'm giving you my perception, but I watched this thing 20 times before I made this video to you guys. While they were very stiff shots, not what we would call a working shot, it did not appear that Raja had lost his temper. It did not appear that these were being done out of anger.
I think that makes it worse. That doesn't make it better. At least if he was in a complete rage, you could be like, oh, he fucking lost it and just saw red. You think it was directed at his
Spocko
dad?
super chatted $1.99. I think that rage was directed at someone else.
Well, he did mention about, my dad's never going to call me a bitch again. He said that before he went out there and did it. So this is what a lot of people think, that this rage is basically at his father and the chat, because his father's sitting there fucking picking on him in front of the chat, and then the chat's doubling down and using everything his father attacks him with to pick on him in the chat. And he's just sitting there reading this fucking toxicity and just getting worked up and worked up and worked up. But yeah, I agree, Spocko. Thank you for the super chat. Guys, if you want to support the show, send a super chat. It's much appreciated. All right.
As much as, all right, I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to spin you in a 180. I'm going to bring you down in the middle of the cage. Then just like a cage fight, I'm going to land a punch to either side. Whatever's supposed to happen after that. There was a couple of guys there, a referee, another wrestler, perhaps the boys step in. We'll never know. Because at this point, it appears that Raja marked out for his own gimmick and really begins laying some shots in, but those shots are done out of anger. And if you want to understand what happened here, you're going to have no ability to get into the eye or mind of the DA or a potential juror. You're going to have no ability to do that.
No, but we can get into the mind of Raja, because he literally said what he was going to do beforehand and then went and did it. Like, oh, it's perfectly normal, for someone to fucking take some. And by the way, if that move is legal in MMA, I know it's happened before where people pick them up and then they slam them on down, but like, you're not even allowed to punch people in the back of the head. You're allowed to take somebody and slam them into the earth on the back of their head. That's a little weird. I think it is legal in MMA though, isn't it? That sort of slam? Shouldn't be.
If you don't understand emotion versus action, right? The action is supposed to look like he's punching him. The action is supposed to look like he turns him in a 180 and slams him down on the back of his head. So then, where you cross that already blurred line, right, which professional wrestling is already the blurred line. Where you cross that is where Jackson actually gets angry. The rest of it, from a physicality and an appearance standpoint, is what you're supposed to do. And sometimes some shots get through. One of the most famous ones that you guys would have seen was Braun Strowman. Brock Lesnar.
Sometimes, dude, the man was unconscious and he continued to try to cave in the skull of an unconscious man. Most people have the common sense that when somebody goes unconscious, they're like, oh, okay, that's it. To have the mindset of having an unconscious man laying there and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to keep punching him in the face over and over and over and over again. How can you make excuses for this? The only excuse you can make is like the shit I tried to do, which is not really an excuse, but just trying to give you some more background as to how this kid's life's been. And it is a sad story. He's gone through a lot. He probably hasn't had the best upbringing and the best role models in his life. But there's no excuses you can make for the act that he fucking pulled off on poor old Psycho Stu.
Trusted Braun. Braun did a move that was too hard. Brock responded with a real life punch. That settled Strowman back down. But these are very normal things that happen in the business. We then, as an audience, get armed with what led us to this point. And there's another video that has surfaced where Psycho Stu is in the back. They're like literally outside. It's a nice day. The wrestlers are out there. They're carrying on and whatnot, working out their spots. Raja Jackson is back there. It appears as though this is where Psycho Stu meets him, and Psycho Stu takes a full can of beer and busts it open on the side of Raja's head. The other wrestlers, they don't jump in and pull him apart and break him apart. One of the other wrestlers is informing Stu, hey, this kid, Raja, he's not a worker. Meaning he is not a professional wrestler. He is not part of the show. He is not one of us.
So because of that mishap that was clearly apologized for, and Raja himself even pretended like he was now cool and it was all good, that justifies attempted murder? Come on, man. I know people are saying this guy's friends with Rampage Jackson, so he's just covering for his friend. It's pathetic, dude. It's pathetic. Like, it's not even worth listening to the rest of this. But yeah, we can't see the downvotes, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty heavy. It was so bad, the response to this, that he had to make another follow-up response. Let's see, where's the follow-up response? Doop, right here. MMA fans turn on Chow for Raja Jackson reaction video. I haven't seen this one. Does he double down?
Social media following, but it's known for that. Other people will tell me like how envious they are, how you guys always back me.
And what is it? Why does Chell, however the fuck you say this guy's name, why does he remind me of like a low-level mafia guy? Like, you could put him in a mafia movie. I think he could play a mafia guy. I don't know what it is. I see him and I just think organized crime. I don't know why. Okay, I'm not saying he's breaking any laws. I'm not saying he's running like some sort of gun smuggling operation or something like that. But I don't know. When I see him, I'm like, it just looks like an organized crime. He looks like one of those fucking douche mafia, GG Ellen, yeah. I don't know.
How you realize I'm the linear champion? How you realize I'm the one that retired John Jones? That I'm the one that ripped his toe off? And I gotta tell you, I got lit up. I got lit up last night. I got challenged. I got called the F word. Not the one that ends in an R. I got called the other F word multiple times.
Oh, poor guy. Poor guy. You talking about maggot, but without the M? Is that the one? God, I used to get called that like 10 times a day as a kid. Wasn't a big deal, child. Wasn't a big deal.
And what do you call that on Twitter? Where you DM somebody and it goes to a box and you have to accept, well, DM, right? Talked to Joel this morning.
Yeah, he's got CTE.
Joel gives me the business too. Now, this all has to do with a piece that I made and put out yesterday, Sunday, about Raja Jackson. And Joel even says to me, man, he's disgusted. I can hear it in his voice. I mean, I've known Joel 30 years. Like, he is legitimately disgusted with me. Of which is a word that he actually used. I'm disgusted. And he goes, I know why you did that. I know why you took his side. You were trying to be controversial and get clicks, but yeah, you're on the wrong side of this. It was an attempted murder. And he's going on and on. And
Raja's situation just got worse. AJ interview?
Chatted $2. Search Raja's situation just got worse. AJ interview.
Is it this one? Because I do have I mean, we got more clips. Are you talking about this one? This clip? Or is there something new since then? Yeah, we got more, guys. I forgot. I thought this was the last one. No, we got more. There's so much going on here. Let me search that out too. I'll do that. Let me see. Search Raja's worse. Okay, we'll search that. I'll do that right now. Thank you for the heads up.
Much like the people in the DMs and much like the people that I heard from on social media. Oh, you didn't see the piece. Yeah, I mean, it's about an 8 or 9, 10-minute piece. And what you're describing is about 8, 9, 10 seconds. So I let Joel yell at me. And he's telling me, he said, this is an attempted murder.
All right, yeah, we'll pull this one up. This is I think I had a little clip of it, but what you took me to the full clip. So thank you. Yeah, we'll play that next, and I'll get rid of this one because I think this is just a shorter clip of the longer interview. Thanks for the heads up, man.
And I said, all right, Joel. I said very calmly like this, I'm acting this out for you. This just happened. I just hung up. I said, all right, Joel. I said, if I would have called the police from a payphone anonymously and told them that I saw you do that in a 7-Eleven parking lot, you would have been in handcuffs hours ago. He goes, yeah, that's right where I belong. I said, oh, okay, but in this case, It's on video. The police are in possession of the video. And they have not made an arrest.
So that means that he's innocent? Does that mean that what we saw wasn't what we thought we saw? The fuck? Yeah, because the police aren't doing their job and they're taking their sweet ass time to fucking press charges on something that we all saw firsthand and know happened, that there's no doubt about. That's such a lame. I don't know, guys. Maybe it was all a work, guys. It was all a work.
That is the talking point. Attempting to understand why.
No. See, he said payphone scale works, RC, because I'm telling you, this guy just smells like organized crime. And as somebody who's like Chow, who's very experienced with criminal behavior, payphones are very important if you want to get away with your organized crime. I don't know, man. Dude, I swear to God, this guy. If I made a movie and I wanted like a sleazeball fucking organized crime fucking guy, I would cast Chow Sonnen immediately.
Is the entire talking point. And the psychology there is very fascinating, of which judge, jury, and executioner has decided they got...
It's not just the glasses, MF Radix. It's the way he talks. It's the glasses, the talking, the super clean-cut look, but the voice too. It's the voice too. Big time, the voice.
The evidence, they got the premeditation, because Raja said, I'm going to go in and I'm going to hit him for real. And there's a video in the back of one of the wrestlers that's lining this whole thing up that tells him, get your receipt, hit him for real. Just do it in the ring. Before that, there's...
Yeah, but a receipt, that's one shot. And honestly, the shot that he got from fucking Psycho Stu was so tiny and non-damage doing that he could have gave him the smallest little tiniest shot and that would have been his receipt. Not, hey, beat the guy until his head caves in. Those are two different things. I think it's the glasses. All he needs is
$4.99. I think it's the glasses.
Yeah, no pinky ring.
All he needs is a pinky ring.
You're right. Yeah, no, the glasses, but dude, it's the voice too. He's got that voice. Like, I don't know, that like New York shyster fucking... The glasses don't help. You're right. But the voice too. The voice.
There's a gimmicked can of beer busted over Raja's head. Raja tells his live stream for 50 subs, I'll knock this guy out. Something along these lines. Well, what you just described is every wrestler that was on the card that night. Every single wrestler hit the opponent they had, whether you won the match or lost the match. Every opponent took a fist, threw it at him for the entertainment of the crowd.
This is not the same fucking thing, dude. It's not the same thing.
Supposed to be controlled working shots is what they call this.
Yeah, which is not what Raja did. Raja tried to cave his fucking skull in, dude. Somebody was saying earlier, I don't think he's watched the videos. There's no way he didn't watch the videos. I think he's just... Maybe like that guy said, he's just trying to get clicks, so he's going against the grain to piss everybody off and get more clicks. Or he's just covering for a friend.
Raja was throwing potatoes. But your idea that you have all the evidence that you need and you can prove...
You do, though, dude. It is absolutely do.
Premeditation, which escalates this, by the way, from an assault to attempted murder. And all the evidence that you need, you've got. Because Raja himself told his live stream that he was going to do this. And he was going to do it to seek retribution for the disrespect he was shown for being hit with the beer can. Once again, before we get into whether I saw exactly what you saw.
He sounds like a fucking terrible defense attorney. That's what he sounds like. He sounds like the cheapest defense attorney money could buy. And he's trying to be like, Your Honor, yeah, my client had a pound of heroin in his car, but do you know who was in the car before that? Do you know the door was open? Anybody could have walked into the car and left that marijuana, Your Honor, or that heroin. Like, it just sounds like, the worst, cheapest defense attorney money could buy.
But before we get into that, we're discussing it from a standpoint, okay? And you always have to remind people of this. You do not get to go arrest Al Pacino for selling cocaine and chopping people up with machetes because you just watched an episode of Scarface. You don't get to decide as the viewer where the show ends and real life begins because you're so skilled and talented that a good worker doesn't have the ability to fool you. And I'm going, yeah, but John Cena just did that. He just did that to it sold 80,000 live seats.
Oh my God, are you that stupid? You don't understand the difference between working punches and a dude trying to cave in an unconscious person's skull? And you think we're too stupid to not recognize the difference? Did the person that John Cena did that to, did they lose all their teeth and were left in the ring choking on their own blood, flatlining? This is such a bad, I mean, this is a terrible defense. This is terrible.
That booed him on Monday night, and by the pay-per-view on the weekend, we're cheering him. And what I'm sharing for you is that if you're in the position of the police, before you go in guns blazing and throw a guy down because of a professional wrestling match you've seen, you do not have a choice but to speak to what you were declaring to be the victim. And say, what do you want to do?
Okay, what about the eyewitnesses? What about the camera footage? What about the fact that the victim was put into an induced coma and clearly suffered real fucking injuries? Like, what are we talking about here? Yeah, the police haven't fucking arrested him yet. It doesn't change what we all saw with our own eyes, dude. It doesn't change that. It's a terrible defense.
You agreed to have this guy that's never done a match that you were told on video is not a worker, which means he's not a wrestler. He's never done this. You said, put out the video of me busting the can over your head, let people know, and...
Yeah.
Spocko super chatted $1.99. He's like if Saul Goodman got dropped on his head.
He's like a mob boss that like gives up his life of crime and decides to become a lawyer. And you know he didn't really give up his life of crime. The lawyer's just a front now. And he's still like running drugs and guns on the side. But he's just like the worst lawyer of all time. Dude, this is terrible. This is terrible. Thank you for the
come get your receipt in the ring. Now, I understand that no reasonable person, we're talking about Psycho Stu here, who, by the way, is a family man, he's a veteran. Wonderful guy. None of us are led to believe that he thought he was going to get his jaw broken and his teeth knocked out. But that is a very common thing for a professional wrestler to tell somebody that's never done it before. Hey, I don't know how to throw a working shot. Do I open my hand? Do I pull? Do I hit my like?
I agree with actually, this part of Child's thing is like, yeah, this is where the wrestling org fucked up, and they did. Like they put a kid that had no clue what he was doing, emotionally unstable. They didn't test him out before to see if he was emotionally stable enough to do fake violence without it turning into real violence. So yeah, but still, he's just covering for Raja. That's all it is, dude.
I don't know how to do this. Hey, we're just
covering for his friends.
Hit me. I'm a professional. Just throw the punch. I'll roll with it. It's quite literally what the Big Show, just by example, and this happens all the time, but by example, this is what the Big Show told Floyd Mayweather. We're not going to work and we're not going to practice, and this isn't what you do. I'm for it, but just throw the punch.
Now, I saw this clip. I know the clip he's talking about. It's Floyd Mayweather was doing WWE, and basically the Big Show said, like, go ahead, punch me for real. Just punch me for real. I can handle it. And so, yeah, Floyd Mayweather looks like a 4-year-old compared to the Big Show, but he landed a shot and he made his face bleed. I think his nose bleed on the Big Show. But here's the difference. He didn't knock the Big Show unconscious and then sit there stomping on his fucking head 20 times. Okay, that's the difference.
Just throw the punch, Floyd. I'll roll with it. Trust me.
Yeah, no, there is a personal connection. They're friends, Kaido. Rampage and Chile.
Hey, you super chatted $2. He's like a mobster that turned rat for the feds.
Yeah, he's got the vibes, dude. What's the guy, Henry Hill? He's got like Henry Hill, if Henry Hill worked out and got into MMA.
It's what I do. And he didn't. And Floyd busted his nose. How would you like to be hit by the world champion with no glove on when you're letting him do it, right? Could you imagine?
Better call Chow. I'm writing that script right now. Say what you want about him.
And Mako super chatted
He's entertaining.
$1.99. Better call Chael.
Yeah, here's the thing though. Like if I wrote that movie and then I directed it and I made Chael the lead in that movie, he'd probably beat me up like 4 or 5 times before we finished the movie. I love these MMA guys, but man, they're different, dude. They're so quick. Like, I don't know if it's the brain injuries or what, but yeah, you got to be careful around them. You got to be careful. Like it's just another day in the shop knocking dudes out. There's nothing to it.
Mickey Rourke, friend of mine, did a WrestleMania. And he did a spot with Chris Jericho, a friend of mine. And Mickey came in during the day to work out the spot. And Jericho said, hey, listen, don't even worry about us working it out. Just hit me. Just throw the punch. The only way we're going to make this really look real for the crowd is if it is real. Hit me. And Mickey explained to him, hey, I've actually boxed professionally. I don't want to just hit you, and you don't want me to just hit you. But I'm sharing with you that this dialogue happened, and I was privy to it. When I tell you that this is a very normal thing that they do, great.
Yeah, dude, I understand that wrestlers want it to look real, and like they will take a real shot now and then just to really sell it. But this is not that. It would have been one thing if you would have like really punched him once. That would have been one thing. Like people said earlier, if he would have just slammed him to the ground, I still think the way he slammed him, that was a problem. He should have like protected the guy's head in the slam, and he didn't slam him in a way to protect his head. He slammed him in a way to fuck him up, and like where the head would take the most amount of damage. But that's not what happened. It wasn't just one real shot. The guy went full psycho axe murderer and just kept wailing on the fucking dude's head. Until finally one guy had the balls to go in there and step in between, because that ref wasn't stepping in between those shots. That ref was scared as fuck. He was just like, oh no, stop punching them, please, sir, stop punching them. Yeah, I understand you're seeing this fucking dude just wailing on his face, like you're gonna throw yourself in between that? Well, that's your job as a ref. Apparently it's not for pro wrestling refs, but MMA refs, they would have taken the fucking hit and jumped on, and that would have brought more people into the ring to stop it quicker. The fact that ref just sat there going like this probably delayed people going in there to stop the fight, because they're probably like, oh, is this supposed to be happening? Is it like, it took them longer to like snap to the fact that, oh, this isn't fake violence anymore. This is real violence. And if that ref would have like tried to grab him, just done a little bit more, I think people would have picked it up a little quicker. Such a bad take, dude.
Your response to me that you watched a live stream and Raja wanted clicks, or your response to me that when the whole thing was over and you saw how hot and angry he was, and he admitted to, I'm gonna do this, I'm tired of guys playing with me, and all the stuff that he said. You don't get to decide where you're all of a sudden the smart mark sitting in the front row. You don't get to decide where all of a sudden you're Vince McMahon in gorilla position and you know the difference between a shoot and a work.
Dude, you don't need to be Albert Einstein to tell the difference in this situation, okay? This wasn't like one shot. I mean, dude, this is such a bad take. Dude, you got called out by your audience, right? And just because you get called out by your audience doesn't mean you're wrong. But in this case, you should have taken the time to watch the video again and realize, like, yeah, there's no way I can lie about this and smooth it over and make it look like it's not as bad as it is. I should probably just shut up. No, you doubled down. You doubled down. I don't know. We'll play a little more.
You just don't get to do that. And I'm sharing not as a way of yelling at you. I'm yelling
stop yelling at me.
in front of you. If you're wondering why the police who are in possession of what you claim to be a premeditated murder, and we have an injury and we have really bad shots on a guy that's down and allowing his body, I'm telling you why the arrest hasn't been made.
Oh, you talked to the police? You talked to the police? They're probably just dotting all their fucking I's and T's and, crossing their T's and dotting their I's, or maybe because of the actual organization itself is telling everybody not to talk to the police. So they're having a hard time getting eyewitness testimony from the wrestlers. Maybe there is some police officers that are like, are we sure this wasn't a work? How do we know? And then when they try to talk to the actual wrestlers, the wrestlers aren't cooperating. That could be the case, but there's no way that they won't bring at least battery charges. There's no way. I mean, all the evidence is right in front of everybody's fucking face, dude. Like, you have to be blind and stupid. Okay, Chow, and I know you could kick my ass, but that doesn't mean you're not wrong about this, okay? Just because you can kick everybody's ass doesn't make you right about everything. You're still completely fucking wrong, all right? Oh, yeah, so yeah, this is the clip. This is the guy who told him to get his receipt, AJ Mana. And I saw a little bit of this. I had a clip of it earlier, but this is the longer version. And if I remember right, he kind of crashes out. Let's see what he says here.
That's a receipt, bitch. That's all the fuck I told Roger to do. The only thing I told Roger to do was give him a fucking receipt, because that's what the promoter wanted to do, to fucking be done.
It's a storyline, and then the shit gets out of hand, and you not
watch the video. Who told Roger to throw the punch? Watch the fucking video. Here, I'll give you a hint. You ready? And I quote, get in there and fuck that motherfucker up.
I'm gonna have you run in and fuck that motherfucker up in the mat. You ready for that?
Yeah.
Did that come out of my...
Yeah, he's right. He's right. Like, the responsibility goes far beyond just him. And if, he was under orders to do this, like, I honestly think Stu was misled too. I can't prove it, but I think Stu was probably led to do that by going, hey, this guy's going to come in, we're going to set up a fucking little situation, an angle, and blah, blah, blah. And see, the whole fucking, all the people behind the scenes, the writers, the organizers, the people that are coming up with the angles, they all have a responsibility for this.
My mouth? Nope, came out of the promoter's mouth. Fuck you. What, I'm supposed to kayfabe this shit to protect them? Fuck you. Y'all niggas watching me burn. Y'all told me to shut up and not say nothing, just so I can fucking get buried. Fuck y'all. No, I ain't shutting up about nothing. I'm telling the whole fucking truth.
Ooh, so now we got, okay, well, my opinion on AJ Man is turning around here. This is what you need to do. If everybody's going to make you out to be the bad guy and it's all your fault, but, there's more to this story that kind of adds more context to everything, and so that people can see the whole full context and know, hey, it's not just me, then yeah, come out. I like this. AJ Man my opinion of AJ Man is going up a little bit. He still should have been there for when it went down, so he could have gone out there with Doug and actually, pulled fucking Rampage's son Raja off. But yeah, let's hear him spill the beans. I'm gonna be quiet. Let's hear it.
Like it or not. And if you don't like it, pull up, bitch. I ain't got nothing to lose. Pull up. Motherfucker.
The one point that I really wanted.
Whose channel is this? I gotta shout the channel out. Age restricted. Oh shit. Did they play the clip? Is it just everything involving this getting age restricted, or does he play yeah, he probably plays it. Mand. Go follow Mand. Looks like he put this together. Good work, Mand. I think this is Mand. Or it's the guy he's interviewing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'll stop interrupting. Sorry. Let's go.
He knew beforehand that Raja was not a worker. He was not a worker. He knew that beforehand. But if you just look at the video, it looks like, oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry, I didn't know. But from somebody that was there, that's not the truth.
Well, look, there is one thing I've seen a lot of, because I don't watch much wrestling. Yeah, we're at 2 hours is when I start losing the ability to talk. But I did grow up watching a lot of wrestling, and I like the behind the scenes documentaries on wrestling.
Spocko super chatted $1.99.
It's a wild story.
Such a plenitude of sympathetic characters.
It's wild. It's a wild story. Yeah. I forgot what the fuck I was saying.
Don't have your girlfriend in there. Don't have your nieces and your nephews and shit in there. They did.
Let me go back. Maybe it'll jog my memory, because there was a point I was making.
Was not a worker.
Oh, they like to punk people. Like whenever like the environment in the changing rooms, like in the locker rooms, is pretty fucking toxic in these wrestling events. And maybe like that guy saw a chance to like kind of punk this young kid. You know, oh, this guy wants to come be a wrestler. He wants to hang out with the wrestlers. Well, let me show him what I'm about. That's a possibility, but none of that justifies Raja's actions. And Stu did apologize, so you got to give him credit for that. He could have continued the harassment. Instead, he apologized. But it looks like they're trying to put it on that the Rikishi. Is that actually Rikishi, or that Rikishi's brother, the Hawaiian-looking guy who said, "I'm going to put you in the room to fuck him up. I'm going to put you in the ring with him to fuck him up." Because yeah, that guy definitely has responsibility too, man. Like the whole thing should have been called off the moment Raja reacted the way he did. And they should have never had planned to do a work with a non-worker, you know? Stupid.
He was not a worker. He knew that beat.
Raja was talking mad shit to the wrestlers before Stu did the can bit. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Is there any clips of that? Because that would explain maybe why they did it. Because wrestlers do have like a big chip on their shoulder. Wrestlers seem to like really want to prove that they're tough guys and they're athletes, and they don't like people that look down on them. And I'm sure the MMA community like looks down on them.
Forehand. But if you just look at the video, it looks like, oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Black Pearl, is that the guy? I think, isn't that Rikishi's brother or something? Because I heard Rikishi's brother is involved, and that guy looks like he could be related to Rikishi.
I didn't know. But from somebody that was there, that's not the truth.
In there. Don't have your girlfriend in there. Don't have your nieces and your nephews and shit in there. They did. But let me bring somebody in that's there for business. That don't really look like everybody else that was in there. Oh, we got a problem. Yeah. That part.
Let's get straight into it. So an AJ Mana interview came out the other day, and he is leaving nothing unsaid. He's giving an entire
So he brought Raja to the event, and they didn't like that he brought Raja to the event, so they decided to try to punk Raja. I don't know. I mean, the mystery just gets deeper and deeper, and what the fuck?
Retelling of his events from his point of view and exposing anybody that he can.
Hello.
Kaido says Raja was saying he didn't know any of them, and they were nobodies trying to troll them for the stream. Then Stu walked up and did the can bit. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, because I know the beginning of the conversation that I saw was him going, "No, I don't know who you are." He said, "You don't know who I am?" Then that's when he hit him with the can. Yeah, you know, wrestlers got to protect their areas. They can't just let random people in and then think they're going to throw them into... Like, there's a lot of blame to go around with this. There's a lot of blame to go around.
What is alcohol doing in the fucking locker room?
That's another good point. It's another good point. But yeah, I mean, they're trying to live the old school wrestling life. What do you think? This is the WWE? No. They want to live the 80s wrestling life where they all die at 40 from fucking drug overdoses or heart attacks. I don't know. This guy's making great points, man. Maybe I was too rough on AJ.
Why are we getting intoxicated before the fucking show? Every fucking show for 6 years. And tell me if I'm lying, motherfucker, because I did it with you. Yeah, that part. You want to bury me? You're all coming down with me. I'm that motherfucker.
Not only does he claim that Stu was pretty intoxicated, but he also claims that Stu and a lot of other wrestlers knew who Raja was and that he was streaming before the attack. But if that were true, why did more people not mention it right as the attack happened? Did more people know that Stu was gonna attack Raja? Was this some sort of ploy to try and get Raja and Rampage somehow involved with their wrestling school?
I made it very clear who Raja was from the jump. In fact, I introduced Raja before he even fucking walked up into that general vicinity as being the son of Rampage and a live streamer who is currently rolling right now. Rolling? Yeah, his camera's on as he is live right now. Is that okay? Oh yeah, his dad's who? Oh, Rampage? Oh yeah. Hey, tell him to bring his dad too. Get his dad over here. This is great. This is good for us. It's good for business. It'll be good for all of us. Go ahead, record whatever you want. And tell me if I'm fucking lying. As the Lord God Almighty is my witness, there will not be a lie that comes out of my mouth.
Now, so far we have two stories from two different wrestlers who do not.
Yeah, this guy's worked up because everybody's been making this AJ guy out to be the bad guy. And Doug's video didn't help because Doug called out AJ as well. AJ Mana, this guy right here, the bald guy. This is the guy that was wearing the cowboy hat. So he's worked up because everybody's making him into a pariah, the one who fucking brought about all this. So it's good to hear his side of it. I want to hear everybody's side of it.
Like each other.
That's the small calves, small ass chicken legs bitch with the cowboy hat.
No reason to defend each other, yet both blame the unprofessionalism of the wrestling school and the promoters for allowing something like this to happen. When confronted about the clip of him telling Raja to give Psycho Stu his receipt, he says that he was only following the orders that the promoter had told him to do, which was to work the camera and to make sure that Raja was able to get into the ring later that day and be able to interrupt the match.
The promoter sent me away with Raja to work out the details.
Okay, hey, set it up where who's gonna come in and put him down.
I'm straight.
Make sure he get it.
Watch the video. I didn't tell him to go beat that man. One punch. I told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding.
Now, I don't want to jump the gun because I know more and more about this story is going to get exposed as the days goes on, but this would answer so much questions about why that group chat is not working with the proper authorities, why they were told to not work with the proper authorities, and what they have to hide or who they're protecting.
It looks like they're going to have to press charges on that. Yeah. Lock them all up. Lock them all up.
And then up walks someone. Well, don't worry about them. You know who I am? Oh, no, I don't know who you are. Well, you should. I'm such and such. I don't know who the fuck that is. Pop! Need I say more? That wasn't a work. That wasn't a fucking storyline. That was a fucking shoot.
Yeah, if that's a shoot, then why was it such a weak shot? And done perfectly with a fucking empty can of beer to where it's not gonna hurt you. Like, okay, it was a shoot, but he did the weakest fucking bitch-ass punch that would never actually hurt somebody. Like, if it's a shoot, he would have thrown a real punch, dude. Like, that's not a real punch.
For those that are offended at the fact that I just told the truth, fuck you. Because now my fucking life is ruined over your lies. So fuck you.
Before you tell your story,
your life's not ruined. You're just getting a lot of shit on the internet, bro. Welcome to the club. Okay, it happens. You should see what happens to me whenever I talk about Nick Fuentes. Jesus, my life's ruined. Nah, it'll pass. It'll fucking pass, dude. But it's good that he's speaking his mind. I mean, really, we need everybody to come out and fucking explain how this shit happened, because I think there's a lot of responsibility with that org to go around.
You were, before we went live, you were talking to, I mean, if you're okay talking about it, just how this has impacted your life, your personal life.
I got a call from my fucking job. We saw the TMZ video. You're an accessory to an attempted murder. We gotta let you go.
Okay, never mind. This is a little worse than what yeah, okay. Yeah, you know. Well, now you're a full-time streamer. You don't need a job, guy. Yeah, this is a little worse than what I go through, because I don't have a job to be fired from, thank God. I could be fired from YouTube. That's possible.
I can't fucking wrestle anymore.
Oh, no. Now he's gonna cry. Shit. Now I feel bad. I take it back.
I'm gonna pay my fucking bills because y'all niggas want clickbait.
Look, just so you know, this guy is part black. That's why he's allowed to say that, okay? I just want the algorithm to know that this man, even though he does not look black, He is in fact black, and he has permission to use that word. Okay?
So clearly, the one point that I really want to overemphasize is that he knew beforehand that Raja was not a worker. He was not a worker.
All right, so obviously the organization, the fucking promoter, the booker, all these people, the people running the storylines, they all have a lot of blame to share in this. But what I want to know, did Stu just do this out of nowhere because he was mad because he said he didn't know who he was? Or was he told to do this? Was he told to set up an angle? I think that's an important fact we need to know.
He knew that beforehand. But if you
Not an important fact, an important detail that we need to find out.
just look at the video, it looks like, oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry, I didn't know. But from somebody that was there, that's not the truth.
Yep, and that's the hearing that side of the story is the part that I really have an issue with now. Go ahead.
You can see in the video where the promoter goes, "Wow, well, you know what? We're so sorry," and they're trying to work the shit out of Raj. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Are you okay?
I did think it was kind of creepy the way that dude was trying to calm him down. He was holding his hand, but he was kind of smiling while he was telling him, like, it's okay, we know you will. We know you'll kick his ass. We know it. And then that's the dude that set up the fucking the Rikishi looking motherfucker, who's not Rikishi, but he looks like Rikishi. That's the dude who set up the whole thing for him to go in the ring. So yeah, we need to hear from that guy. AJ is doing a good job here. He's gonna get the heat onto that guy now, and then now and like tomorrow we're gonna see a crash out video from that guy. Oh, I think that this story's not going anywhere, guys.
I'm so sorry.
We don't want no.
Look.
Yeah, this guy. It's getting. I was a little suspicious of him at first. I was like, okay, at least he's trying to calm it down, but it's a little weird the way he's doing it. And then it was weird that he was like, after that happened, like, oh, we're gonna have you go in the ring and get your, I think we need to hear from this guy next. What were you thinking, buddy? God, I hope I never run into any of these wrestlers in real life. They're gonna murder me. If I run into any of these wrestlers in real life, oh my God, I better hide out.
Look, I know you're hot. Just
a little hot right now, so
we're gonna work this out. What they were really saying was, we don't want a lawsuit. So we need an alibi. We need an alibi quick. Because a fan just got assaulted. We need an alibi now. Think quickly.
He's explaining the answer to your question right now. It says, okay, if Raja was not a worker, then why was he in the ring? Listen to this.
I'm getting to it right damn now. We need an alibi. What's the alibi? Fuck, what's the alibi? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were a worker.
he's still doing it.
I'm sorry. Really?
So that was basically everything that I wanted to talk about involving this interview. If you want to go watch the rest of it.
Yeah, that's an interesting. Yeah, I'm glad you gave me this one because it's got his whole communication. This is man. Yeah, go give him a follow. I mean, see if this guy updates on it. I'm gonna follow this shit because yeah, someone just said this story's over. No, it's not. This story is not over. You still got the upcoming, most likely arrest, and then this story is gonna be going on for a while, and we're gonna keep getting tidbits of it as time goes on. Yeah, so this is the clip that got MMA Guru in trouble. We're gonna play just a little bit of it. But MMA Guru went really fucking hard here.
End of discussion. You are a dumb animal.
That's pretty much his whole video. His whole video is just screaming that you're a dumb animal. Yeah, and Rampage didn't like that. So Rampage is calling out MMA Guru now. We might see a little showdown. Maybe Rampage will come out of retirement to fight MMA Guru. Which, by the way, I think MMA Guru is pretty fucking entertaining. He's an entertaining guy. But in a situation like this, in the atmosphere we're in, when you call a black man a dumb animal, people are going to take that racially. It's just no way around it.
Some of the, like, ignorant people on the internet, I understand that. It is what it is.
Like, you gave him the opportunity to play the race card now. Like that's what this is. They're like, oh great, now I can play the race card.
It don't affect me, don't bother me, but people like MMA Guru, you know what I'm saying? That guy's supposed to be some kind of journalist, and his racism came out. His racism showing. You know what I'm saying? It's 2025, like, you know what I'm saying? People do shit. People do shit in this world. Some people fuck up. Some people do shit. It shouldn't get turned into race. Nobody wants to hear a bunch of racist shit about their son, no matter what race they are. He must don't have kids himself.
Yeah, but if it was reversed, it was a white guy that did this to a black guy, there would be black people being racist towards the white guy. It's not right. But maybe don't almost murder somebody and you won't get so much hate. Just an idea. Just try not to almost murder anybody, okay?
What did he say?
I don't want to repeat what he said, but he said a whole bunch of. He said, like, he showed his racism, basically what he did. Like, I'm from the South. The stuff he said, only racist people say. A lot of racist people came forward and said stuff and DM me racist shit. It don't bother me because I don't care about racist people. But MMA Guru.
I believe him. He probably did get a lot of racist attacks. Here's my issue. It's like, when somebody breaks into your house and steals your television and your jewelry and your money and you're like, oh, this thug just broke into my house and robbed me. And then they're like, oh, you just called a black person a thug. You're a racist. It's like, no, it actually describes the behavior. It actually describes your exact behavior at that time. So I don't know. It's not like he just did it out of nowhere and was just like, walked up to a guy who was doing nothing and harming nobody and then called him a dumb animal. No, he's talking about a guy who behaved like a dumb, you know what? I'm not going to say it. I don't want to be called racist. It's no fun being called racist, guys. They're going to come for MMA Guru, man. But yeah, I mean, to me, you can't call that racist because we're talking about critiquing someone's behavior. And when you behave like that, you're open to that critique. If you don't want to be called a dumb animal, don't act like one. Don't go fucking caving in a man's face, an unconscious man sitting there attacking them 20 times to the face as they're unconscious. It's like, maybe don't behave that way.
He has a platform.
Yeah.
And he should stay neutral because he's giving his opinions on fights and stuff like that. So now people gonna be watching him when black fighters.
No, it's not big footstepper. I would call a white person that too. That's what you guys don't understand. You think we're just reserving that language. Well, Big Stepper, I'll read his comment. It says, why is the only person breaking into a house called a thug a black person? No, I mean, it would be called racist if it was a black person. But if you said that to a white person, if you said, hey, that thug broke into my house and it just happened to be the guy who broke into your house was white, no one would care. And it wouldn't be considered racist. It'd be like, yeah, he is a thug. But as soon as you say it about a black person, all of a sudden it's racist. It's like, no, your behavior was thuggish. And it's an accurate description of your behavior. Okay? So you're telling me MMA Guru wouldn't use the same language if it was a white person? I know I would. Because I'm describing a behavior, not anything that has to do with the race.
This fight and the shit he say.
Yikes.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, I think we'll wrap it there, guys. I was going to cover other things, but we just had so much to get through with this. Let me get back on here. We just had so much fucking material with this Raja Jackson shit since I took yesterday off. We'll keep covering this. Tomorrow I'll be back. I'm going to have more. I'm going to talk about that fucking demon-possessed psychopath who shot up a Catholic school. We might have more information on that, but if you ask me, that dude is a clear-cut case of demon possession. He's targeting children in a Catholic school, drawing pictures of himself looking in a mirror with a demon looking back. It's like, man, we got to stop. Look, I love all people. All people struggle. I get it. People struggle with gender dysphoria. I get that. But we got to stop feeding people's delusions. We've got to stop doing that. Okay? To me, it's akin to like a schizophrenic person and he goes to seek help and you're like, actually, all the voices in your head are real. And in fact, you should listen to them because they know what they're talking about. It's like, what the fuck? You're making people more crazy. And at this point, this is not a one-off. This is becoming a trend with a certain community, for some reason, going into schools and shooting up children. I don't understand this. It's a little terrifying. And I tell you what, if this was a political group, if this was, say Trump supporters had a tendency to do this, and there was a trend with multiple Trump supporters doing this, they would be working to turn everybody into fucking domestic terrorists. They did it with parents who simply had a problem with the way their kids were being taught and the shit that was in the libraries, in the COVID fucking draconian COVID rules kids were still being put under. You try to turn them into domestic terrorists. But at a certain point, we got to address the mental. Of course, it's going to be guns. It's, we got to get rid of the guns. It's the guns. It's the guns. It's the guns. No, it's a mental fucking health crisis. And you guys are not addressing the mental health crisis. You're just like, here, just take this pill. And, everybody wants a quick fix. This is not a quick fix thing. But rest in peace to the 2 kids that lost their lives today. It's very sad. I can't imagine being the parent of 2 kids who you took to church. And all of a sudden, they're just... some psycho goes in and just takes their life. So rest in peace. Really sad. We'll cover that more tomorrow because, we're already over 2.5 hours pretty much. Thank you guys. Thank you for the great show. Thank you for the super chats, everybody that supported. You guys rock. We'll be back tomorrow night for sure. I'm going to try to do as many of these as I can till the end of the week. I'm going to try not to take any more days off. So we'll see you 9 o'clock tomorrow, maybe 9:15, 9-ish. Make sure to show up, make sure to be here, and make sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up on your way out, and become a member, guys. Support the channel. It helps keep me going. It helps me doing this show because this is basically the only content I'm doing right now. So thank you, everybody, for the support. It's been great. And we'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a wonderful night.
Please subscribe and hit the like. And ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified.